Hey everybody, welcome to Lorebeards
Hello.
40K.
Oh man, I hope you're excited to build a Primarch.
Yes, I am. Oh, hi, hello.
Oh hi, hello.
But before we do get into that, we need to introduce ourselves, and then we have a little bit of business before we start our Let's Build today.
Yep, of
So,
course.
would you like to start?
Yeah, sure. So my name is Norn Queen Alexis. I am a Viking actress. I could say that now. Uh, I am a Warhammer YouTuber, streamer, and all around. I made Warhammer pretty much my personality, but now I'm getting back into Pokemon cards and shield building. I have a lot of expensive hobbies and no real source of income.
Sounds a lot like me.
So
Hi
who are you,
everybody.
Ross?
Hi everybody. My name is Ross Watson. I am a game designer and author. I have worked on most of the Warhammer 40K role-playing game line. I've worked on several Warhammer 40K video games like Battlefleet Gothic Armada. And I was on the US White Dwarf team for a couple of years. If you enjoy the lore around the Death Watch or the lore around Rogue Traders, you're welcome, because most of that was me. So,
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. I feel weird saying that, but I've been wanting to like toot my own horn a little bit more lately, so I feel like it's
Now,
worthwhile.
before we start today's episode, I think we do need to talk a little bit about a certain person that passed away very, very recently. John Blanche, unfortunately, passed away. May he rest with the Emperor. And John Blanche is absolutely instrumental to the creation of Warhammer 40K. His artwork is what fully inspired like the whole gothic aesthetic of Warhammer. He has an entire paint line dedicated to his particular artwork. And just for like maybe 5-10 minutes, I think we should just dedicate some time to John Blanche and talk about some of his artwork.
That's true. I was lucky enough to meet the man. He's a legend. And uh, what can I say about John Blanche? He's
We are on the wrong Twitch channel.
Are we?
I just noticed that.
How is that possible?
We are on Lore Master Sotek's Twitch channel. We should be on the other Twitch channel.
Okay, how do we fix that?
That is a good question. I'm going to do that right now. Yeah. Remove.
Okay. Yeah, there we go.
And then save changes.
There we go. All right, now we should be up on Twitch now correctly. Sorry about that little technical glitch there. My fault, because I was the one that set up the studio today. Apologies, everyone. But we should be now correct on Twitch. We have introduced ourselves. We're about to jump into a discussion about John Blanche very briefly because he unfortunately did pass away today.
Yeah. So I think the first one we have to start with is the Battlefleet Gothic Armada.
No, just Battlefleet Gothic.
Battlefleet Gothic. This particular piece of artwork is what really sold me on the Imperial ships of Warhammer 40K, the sheer scale of them, how badass they are, how they're just flying cathedrals with cannons all over them.
If I had to sum up John Blanche in one line, it was he was the artist who made Warhammer look like Warhammer.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, he was the defining visual voice of all of the Warhammer universes from Games Workshop. He worked extensively on White Dwarf, Warhammer Fantasy Battle, Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay, Warhammer 40,000, Warhammer Age of Sigmar. He was the art director at Games Workshop for many years, for decades.
Mm-hmm.
And he was first involved back in the late 70s. He provided some of the early White Dwarf covers. And I bet you didn't know this, Alexis. He did the cover art for the first UK edition of Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh, that's actually really awesome.
I didn't know. I thought that was really cool.
Yeah.
He did a lot of book covers and interior illustrations. He was actually part of the a Tolkien bestiary, which is something from David Day, and did a lot of the fighting fantasy / fighting sorcery game books as well.
It's really cool. I just want to grab another piece of artwork just so we have it.
Oh, there's so many.
There's so many good ones. But like, I love it. There's something interesting about John Blanche's art style, and it's the use of orange. It's very pre-2000s orange, where in a lot of video games you'll see orange used as a filter or green for some reason used as a filter. But John Blanche's artwork, it's always animated, something's always happening, everything always looks like it's
Very
a
like dynamic.
victory.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a victory, but at what cost it looks like. And yeah, I absolutely love his artwork. The especially the Battlefleet Gothic stuff. It oh, I love me some Battlefleet Gothic.
He only retired actually just a little over 3 years ago, May 31st, 2023.
Yeah.
That's insane that he spent from let's say 1975, I guess, just as a benchmark. So you're looking at 51, something like almost like 50 years, a little
Mhm.
less, call it 48 years doing artwork for Games Workshop. That's a long time. That's a long time.
So
I think he surpassed a lot of American genre artists like Larry Elmore and Clyde Caldwell, actually, with that.
yeah.
Well, let's show off some more of his art. So since we're looking at it, oh, there's
So
the third
th-
edition box cover.
yep, of Black Templar, which one of my favorite things about this particular artwork is a lot of these guys have since been made into miniatures. This guy here was made into a miniature. This guy here was made into a miniature. I absolutely love that his artwork is so instrumental to Warhammer 40K that they justify his artwork with miniatures as often as they can. And I absolutely love that.
Well, his art is kind of the text of Warhammer. It is the underpinning of the grim darkness of the far future. Also true in Warhammer Fantasy as well, but definitely 40K. I would say he influenced more 40K than anything else, probably.
Yeah, I would 100% say that it was 40K more than fantasy. But yeah, I love this artwork. Again, it looks like a victory, but they're also pushed up against a wall and they're just standing there menacingly.
Well, they're shooting, they're shooting.
Yeah. Moving on, we have probably the most famous artwork of the Emperor. I would argue that this one is the
Hmm.
most famous because it's been used the most out of all the artworks. And then we just got that trailer the other day with the Emperor in it,
Hmm.
and it's scary as hell seeing him as a rotting corpse, then seeing him looking at you.
Like a writhing corpse, yeah.
Yeah. And
Ah.
somebody pointed out the two teeth missing in his lower jaw are the second tooth and the 11th tooth. Yeah.
That's a detail for today, isn't it?
Yeah, I was like, "What? No way." I went back and rewatched it. I'm like, "That's not true." Typed up how they count teeth, and I'm like, "Oh my god, that's so cool."
What a ridiculous detail. My
Yeah,
lord.
I love this artwork. And again, it still shows the Emperor as like kind of a gigantic human. Then we got the front
Epic.
cover of Epic.
Mm.
I absolutely love this art. I really wish this was a weapon usable in the game. I mean, technically, it is just a plasma pistol if you really want to get into it. But I love the idea of an underslung plasma gun for a captain.
No, it's cool. It's one of those things that only shows up in his art,
Hmm.
is like these occasional little bits and bobs. And you'll notice the orc vehicles are very old school. And if you look in the back left corner, you can see that really old school warhound back there. Um,
Hmm.
there's the ship in the center back that it was always hidden by the logo for Epic. So this is the first time I'm seeing it.
Yep. And then you
So
got the
rad.
Thunderhawk right here. You have a Gargant over here. It's his
Hmm.
artwork. Like I used to sit there in class, and like back when I was in high school, I would sit there in class and just look at Warhammer art because I was a massive nerd in high school, it turns out. And it was his art that actually got me into Warhammer because of the Sisters of Battle.
Hmm.
Um, speaking of, we're going to cover that too. I want this game to come back so badly. I know Legions Imperialis is the successor, but that's in the Horus Heresy, and that's big lame, and I want to fight orcs.
Well, I have some good news for you. I just finished playing Final Liberation from the Warhammer Classics computer game bundle on Twitch. Just yesterday, we finished the campaign, and that game is epic. It's epic 40k, and it is
Mhm.
guard. It's mostly guard versus orcs. There's a little bit of space marines, but it's mostly epic. And if you want to see some really crazy live action cutscenes,
Oh my god, I
Final
absolutely love
Liberation
them.
has it. So that would be my recommendation: is to try out Final Liberation on the Warhammer Classics bundle if you want that feel.
Hmm. Also, I do love that there's a looted Baneblade here. Like there are so many details. Like I could sit and do an entire video just pointing out all the little details that became lore because a lot of his artwork was not it he didn't have the lore behind it. He made it. Like that was it. It was just like here's a bunch of cool stuff, put this into artwork, and then he was just like, yeah, I added a whole bunch of stuff and GW's like, okay, let's make that. Then we got his artwork for the Adeptus Mechanicus and the for and Mars. It's I believe this is supposed to be Mars. And
It seems like it would be.
yeah, and I love that we have the old school knight slash warhound ish hybrid artwork in this, where it was moving away from epic to 40k, so the knights weren't really a thing anymore.
Until they would be
Because
later.
yeah, because there was that the way period where they weren't in the lore. But I love all the body horror and everything that's in here, like the gigantic skulls and everything. What's really cool is John Blanche heavily uses mutant skulls for his servo skulls. If you look at them, they're all like those are actual skulls, but they're all like mutated. If you notice, and I absolutely love that. Like this one's elongated. This one has vampire fangs. This one's gigantic. It's all super cool. There's a brain in a robot over here. There's again, it's so much artwork and so much stuff packed into so small of a canvas, and that's always been his art style. It's just here's as much stuff as possible. You get the focal point in the middle, but as you look closer to his artwork, you really see the essence of Warhammer 40k, and I love
Mhm.
that. And then I have to go with the most famous to me piece of artwork, the Sisters of Battle. Well, the Adeptus Ministorum. I couldn't get a better picture that is as good quality as this one. So unfortunately, it did cut off the top and bottom. My apologies. Uh, I absolutely love this. It shows the Ministorum right behind it. It shows some Sisters of Battle fighting and just flames everywhere. And this sister standing in her high heels with skull boobs. I love it. Very much everything that he draws looks like an 80s metalhead album cover.
This is I can't confirm this, but I wonder if all of those guys in the Ministorum there on the right hand screen. I wonder if those are faces based on some of the staff at Games Workshop.
That would not surprise me.
No, I wouldn't either. Um, this is very. I feel like he was working on Necromunda at about the same time because there's a lot about the Eschers that actually seems to flow with the same style from that
Mm-hmm.
era, the late '90s. So yeah, I don't know. I think I would maybe look at this and some of the old Escher art, and you can see some similarities between them, especially like with the weapon, the hazard stripes on it, for
Yeah.
example, the high heels, for example. Yeah, there's a lot of things. It's cool. It looks really, really good as
Yeah.
always. And of course,
I
that became a model.
Yeah, it did. Like a lot of the stuff that we've shown became models. Like these confessors in the background became models. This became a model. Uh these sort of became models.
Mechanicus
Sort
is
of.
the one that seems to have the most difficulty translating from art to miniatures.
Well, you're telling me you can't make a giant mutant squid monster of people uh with bionics sticking out of it and a mutant in the front of it as a miniature?
I mean, I think you just answered your own question.
What?
We do have some super chats to read.
Yeah.
Thank you, John Blanche. Good journey wherever you're going. Uh, it was an honor to meet you that one time, and I am sure that a lot of people here are sad he's gone.
I definitely am. That shit sucked.
Okay, Lycor Gaming sends us a super chat. Says, I was literally doing this for fun yesterday. Created a Primarch for a bear-themed legion. Primarch Boris of the Storm Bears. Temp name, dumb name, LOL. I mean, that's fine, bro. Listen, you are talking about a universe that has chapters with names like the Rainbow Warriors or the Space Sharks. The Space Sharks got a glow up, sure, but there's no reason the Storm Bears can't also have a glow up. I mean, we live in a world where the BattleTech universe has clans like Diamond Shark and Novacat. It's fine, dude. Storm Bears is not even. That's fine. Like I have no issues whatsoever with that name.
You should actually use the direct translated names of all of your chapter masters to be like actual bears, like the grizzly bear or bear, or the polar bear, bear, or the black bear, which is bear.
I can't bear it. This is too grisly.
It's unbearable.
Please put that on pause. No, man, I like Hard Gaming. Thank you very much for the note there. That's excellent. And Necroplayer as a super chat says, if it's okay, I request a moment of silence for John Blanche. Rest in peace. We just covered that, but a moment of silence would not be out of the realm. So let's do a slow 5 count. There you go, Necroplayer. Moment of silence for John Blanche. Heck of a dude. And good on you for requesting that.
Yeah.
And we got a super chat from Necroplayer again. Playable or not, we need a model of the Emperor piece as a ultimate commemoration of John Blanche. That wouldn't be bad. And I know a lot of people would buy it just to have it.
That would be amazing.
Mm.
Also, did you know in first edition Horus Heresy, there was a rule that directly references the Emperor?
Really?
Trajan Valoris must be your warlord unless Malcador or the Emperor are on the field.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Did not know that. Trajan Valoris?
Yeah.
Don't you mean Constantine Valdor?
Constantine Valdor. Sorry. I get the two mixed up all the time. My apologies.
One's 30K, one's 40K. Although the 30K guy might be coming back. You never know. What's funny about that is that I don't like that rule because at the Burning of Prospero, Constantine Valdor was there, but he was definitely not the warlord.
No.
So I would say lore contradicts that rule considerably.
Oh yeah. Also,
Anyway.
Weird thing is that he has the Primarch keywords now.
Well, yeah, that's true.
But that's more of a game mechanic than anything else.
Speaking of Primarchs, we need to dive into that today. Briefly, I just want to say thank you very much for the super chats, everybody. They are the absolute best way to support our channel, support the show, keep the hosts making the content you like. So we are all very grateful for every super chat you choose to give us. And let's talk about a let's build for the Primarchs. Now, here's my thinking, Alexis. I'm thinking that chat today is the Primarchs Council. The council of this Primarch, and we will be referring to them to answer a lot of the questions about this Primarch because we're building it in tune with chat. And I think our first question that we need to send to the council, i.e., a poll. So I need to get ready to do that. But I think our first poll needs to be about whether we're going to be the 2nd or the 11th Lost Primarch. Ooh. What do you think?
Okay. So 2 is really fun because it's Tay in Icelandic, and I know that now. Yeah. But 11 is also really fun. Which one did Horus directly reference?
Well, because
they reference their numbers.
I was saying that's crazy. Don't ask me that. I don't know. Like the least relevant thing in all of the Horus Heresy are the 2 missing Primarchs, unfortunately.
I know, but it was kind of important to Horus when his memory got wiped of them. Although I kind of feel like that was just kind of I like it as a story element, don't get me wrong. I really like that as a story element that all of the Primarchs cannot remember the 2nd and 11th Primarch. I think that's really cool. And that is 100% a reason that you should rebel against your father. Like, holy crap, you deleted two of us. What the hell? And you tore down the monuments of them.
Yeah, which
Which,
this was an
why wouldn't you?
interesting thing to cover, because up to before the novels, they were just missing. They were just
Yeah.
gone. And the novels were the first ones to be like, yeah, they're gone now too. So that's going to be something we need to discuss a little bit.
But why not tear down the monuments first and then mind wipe the Primarchs? Like
It's,
that would have solved the problem. Like the
I
Emperor
don't
is
know.
not very forward thinking for somebody who could see every single timeline.
Profoundly flawed. Remember that. Games Workshop specifically said this. He's profoundly flawed.
Yeah. I mean,
Um,
even Erda said it about him too, and so does Malkador.
that's right. So let us. You guys have about 30 more seconds, and then I'll shut down the poll. But get out there and vote. Get out there and vote, because we need to find out what legion our Primarch is from. This is, in case you're new to the channel or haven't seen one of these before, on our bonus show, we like to do kind of different stuff than just talk about lore. We will do a let's build, which is what we're doing today, where we create something new. We have what ifs, where we discuss alternate possible histories in the lore, different timelines, if you will. We have versus battles, and what are the other things we do? Oh, tier lists. Yeah, we do tier lists as well, where we rank things based on different criteria. This is, of course, the dawn of the second season of Lorebeards 40K. Woo! We survived our first season.
Yeah. Well, we were both nervous about that.
Well, I made my 4+ invulnerable save. Did you, or were you more of a feel no pain?
No, I was a dead and get up on a 2+.
You Necron reanimation protocol kicked in.
Yeah, sort of. I just did the Commissar Yarrick thing. I'm too angry to die.
All right, so we're ending the poll. What does the council say? The council says that we are the 11th. We are the 11th Primarch.
I do think that we need to talk about what is a Primarch and why they are so important to the setting, as a way of like tying in some lore into this. So a Primarch is a technically son of the Emperor, mixed in with Erda's genes as well. Erda being the mother of all Primarchs, which is kind of neat, but both of them are weird perpetual shape-shifting creatures that are humans sometimes. Yeah. And it's infused with warp magic. So you're literally a magic special boy. And for the most part, all the Primarchs are male that we know of. Malkador actually makes a comment about that, stating that he wished he made some of them women so that they would stop bickering amongst each other and stop fighting each other, which is a hilarious mention by Malkador. He's just like, oh my God, we could have just stopped this whole thing if some of them were women. They would have been way smarter. But anywho.
Would they though?
No, probably not. They probably have the same fundamental flaws. But Primarchs are instrumental to Space Marines because the Primarch's genes are what makes more Space Marines. And each Primarch has its own legion of Space Marines. In the current era, those are chapters of Space Marines that pay homage to the original Primarchs. 3/4 of the Primarchs are Ultramarine successors at this point, but in 30K, they are all, they have all their legions and everything. A legion is about the size of 100,000 minimum. Space Marines.
It's some of the legions are smaller than that, but it's on average that's around 100,000.
Okay.
The Ultramarines, famously, the Ultramarines were at a 250,000 during the.
They were crazy.
They were very, very big.
Yep. And each Primarch is supposed to be in charge of the Space Marine Legion, and each Legion is supposed to represent one of the many facets of humanity that is worth protecting. For instance, like architecture and beauty is Fulgrim. Creation and destruction would be like Sanguinius. Sanguinius is also an artist.
You are drawing some very unusual connections there. I would have never put Fulgrim up for architecture, and
his whole book is about how he wants to preserve like the planets that he goes to, and he wants to see all of the different human civilizations.
Okay, but to be clear, he's definitely not an architect.
No, he himself is flawed. Like
he
the
likes
actual,
he thinks architecture is cool. I'll grant you that.
yeah. In fact, one of my favorite things is his argument with the artist that he hires,
yeah. I do remember
where
that one.
he's
The
just like,
sculptor.
I made this perfect image of the emperor, and it's like, yes, it's perfect. It's boring.
Yeah,
There's no,
that's the sculptor that he
yeah,
kills in the book Fulgrim. Yeah.
yep. Which that book is amazing, by the way. It's one of the top 10 of
Woo!
the Horus Heresy.
It's trigger warning probably is due for Fulgrim because it gets into some really
It becomes amazing.
it becomes definitely very out there. So be warned before you read Fulgrim. But it is very readable. It's a very good book.
Somebody like Rabute Gilliman is a empire builder. Somebody like Angron had a ton of compassion for his people until his brain was messed with. Yeah.
Let's not go through all of them.
Yeah. But
There's
anyway,
so many.
each one of them represents something that's like instrumental to being a Primarch and a leader of their particular style of war and style of what they want to protect. They're different facets of humanity, if you will.
Hey, we have a new member for 5 months. Rush, thank you so much. Ours hobby fashionista Legion colors individual. Can you translate that?
I am trying my best.
I think we need to have fashionista
Legion
colors. I think that's what he's saying. But very, very cool. I thank you for being a member.
Bretonia. That's funny.
So speaking of fundamentals, our first question is our fundamental archetype of the Primarch. And would you like to, or shall I read off the options?
If you want to, that's cool. I can as well if you need.
Well, no, I've already got this queued up, so I think I can do it this time.
Okay.
So at their core, this Primarch has some sort of distinct approach to his existence and to his command. And the options that are going up on the poll, and I will just go ahead and start that now. The options that are going up on the poll is the Philosopher King is the first option. This is a Primarch who seeks understanding and wisdom before he acts. He loves debate and counsel. Maybe a little too much. Who knows?
Similar to like Magnus, I'd assume.
Magnus liked this, but he was more about learning. But he did enjoy counsel. Debate. That's also debate is also something that Gilliman really liked. Was debate.
Debate is something that Gilliman absolutely loved. He was a Reddit nerd.
Then we've got the Lawgiver. The Lawgiver is obsessed with order and codes and shaping society through strict but fair rules.
Weirdly enough, you know exactly who I'm thinking of, right?
Go ahead.
He is the knight.
Yeah, technically Conrad Kurz is a Lawgiver. He's absolutely that guy. That's true. Although I would argue his rules were not exactly fair.
Well, no. We do have a super chat here.
Okay. I will read it. Dinoman, thank you so much, Dinoman. Appreciate you. A suggestion: you could give him a Persian name. We do have a question coming up about his culture. To be clear, could be Xerxes, Darius, or Khosrow, and have his legion be called the Immortals, named after the Persian bodyguards, purely for the irony of being a destroyed legion. That is ironic.
Oh, that is super ironic. I love the irony.
Alanis Morissette is about to come in here with some lawyers. That's how ironic that is. I like it. I like it a lot. By the way, what's more ironic than a song about irony with no actual irony in it? All right, then our third option is the Visionary Conqueror, who is driven by grand designs and reshapes every world into a reflection of their ideal.
This gives me Gilliman vibes.
Lorgar also, though, to a degree.
Yeah.
It's somewhere in between those two. And then the last option is number 4, the Hidden Hand. This Primarch prefers to work from the shadows, influencing events through proxies and manipulation.
This is very Corvus Corax.
Well, Corax does like to work from the shadows, but he's not so much a manipulator. Yeah, it's definitely more Alfarius in terms of the manipulating things and working through proxies. So, give you guys another minute or so. The council must decide as to the Primarch's particular archetype, and we will give you guys a chance. I
So,
go ahead.
Ross, I have a question for you.
Yes.
What is your favorite of the known Primarch's motivations?
Favorite motivation?
Yeah,
Wow.
that's a tough one, isn't it?
Well, it should probably be to no one's surprise, as being the big Blood Angels guy that I am. Sanguinius's motivations were very, very good. Like that guy he was. There's no good guys in 40k, but Sanguinius of all the Primarchs probably is the closest to good.
Yeah, I'd give you that one. My favorite motivation is still the lion.
I mean, he's got a goal and he's going for it.
Yeah, and he's got the full backing of the Emperor, which
Well,
is
yes, they were the
very
most
strange.
trusted. They were the most trusted until after Eleanor, and then it was the Sons of Horus.
I do love the end of the One Horus Heresy, the Siege of Terra novels, where the Dark Angels knew they couldn't make it there, so they're just like, we're taking as many of you out with us as possible.
Okay, that was the lion. That was actually the lion just being petty.
Oh yeah,
that was
well,
absolutely the lion being like, "Well, screw you
like,
guys. I'm going to blow up all your homeworld. See how you like that."
well, not only did he do that, he cut off all of their supply lines as they because he knew he couldn't get them on Terra. He flat out knew that. He knew the time and everything it would take. So he just attacked all of their supply lines and just made it so that they could never get reinforcements.
All right, God,
I love that.
We're going to read a super chat and then we're going to end that poll. So get your votes in. But you're right, Alexis. That is very cool. I agree with you. Sorry to cut you off. I didn't mean to.
No, you're good. You're good.
Byfoot 7874 says, "Why is it guild one of the archetype choices?" Why isn't he a fishman, Byfoot?
So each Primarch does have a unique adaptation to certain homeworlds that they have been a part of. Who's to say that this Primarch wasn't on a water world?
The council has spoken, Alexis. The council has decided that his archetype is the Philosopher King.
Oh my god, he is a Reddit nerd. That's why they killed him.
He is a Philosopher King, 47% of the vote.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so almost half of you wanted that. And then the others are split across Lawgiver and Hidden Hand, with only a few with the Visionary Conqueror. But that's okay. I am going to start the poll for the second question. So if you would do me the honor of discussing the options of it, I will go ahead and build that up. This is, what kind of world did the Primarch land on? So it's pretty simple.
Oh, man. Ross, you are the Dark Heresy guy. How did you only pick 4? There's like 400 to pick from for homeworlds.
Oh, and why does he land on a homeworld at all? Like, that's a good, you should probably summarize that too, right? Because we haven't discussed how they were scattered.
I will mention that after I read the question itself. So the humble question is world type. What world did they land on? What kind of world did the Primarch land on? Number 1, harsh frontier death world, toxic fauna, megafauna, predators. I absolutely love that because that's very much lion coded. I really like that. Although lion had to deal with more warp creatures than megafauna.
Mm-hmm.
So you could land on Catachan. That could be really cool. So a planet like Catachan. Isolated feudal world, locked in low tech warfare. Ross, I think you like the lion a lot.
What would give you that option? I mean, what would give you that idea? Is it my hat? Can it possibly be my hat?
Just a wee bit. Mercantile trade hubs with competing city states. I absolutely love that because that's like screams like Night City.
Okay, believe it or not, that's actually both Gilliman and Pertrabo grew up in similar environments.
I mean, if you want to go really crazy, you could also say technically cursed it as well.
Well, yeah, I mean, you're right. That does technically fit the definition of Nostromo. Space Gotham, for anybody who doesn't know, Nostromo is Space Gotham.
Also, it really bugs me that Gotham City is in New Jersey. That's always bugged me.
It's across the bay from Metropolis. We don't know where Metropolis is. It might be It might be on the East Coast. It might
Yeah.
be somewhere else. It's almost certainly on the East Coast, though. And it's clearly like the fantasy, the superhero version of New York is Metropolis, and the superhero version of New Jersey is, in fact,
Yeah.
Gotham. You're right about that. I can't
This
argue.
Anyway, the last one is Mystic World with what the heck is that? Sorry, hang on. I gotta scroll back up. Ba, ba, ba.
Ascetic orders and hidden secrets.
Ooh. Sorry, for some reason I went to do the like alt tabby thing, and the page just went. Whoop.
Jersey City, is according to Rush, Jersey City is actually Gotham, not New Jersey.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah, it
well,
is.
all right, there you go.
So which one of these do you really like? But let me talk about the Primarchs being scattered first.
Yes, why are we landing on a world at all?
So originally, the Emperor made his Primarchs and had all 20 of them, 21, with him in incubation tubes. And so each of the Primarchs are a test tube baby, which is hilarious. Now, Erda did actually and does actually care about the Primarchs, which is really, really cool. The Emperor also cares about the Primarchs, but he has so many personalities that also want to use them as tools, hates them, thinks of them as worthless, and all this other stuff. But uh, when Chaos got wind of the Primarchs being a thing and something that could actually oppose them, and how the Emperor backed out of a deal that he potentially made with the Chaos Gods to make said Primarchs, they started tampering with the Primarch project, and they scattered them throughout the galaxy. Or Erda is the one that scattered them throughout the galaxy because she viewed the Emperor's plans as too rash, and it would impose that all of the Chaos powers would unify to fight him, which they couldn't beat. So she wanted to sabotage it, and the best way to do so was to scatter them throughout the universe. Both of these are actually true stories at the same time, which is how 40K's lore works. Is you could have two truths that are both lies. I don't know why the Chaos Gods didn't just throw them into the sun. That would have been a lot easier. Just, oh man, this is dangerous. Okay, they're done.
Wes Lewis asks the question. He says, I don't get why people move to Gotham in the books. Gotham is a hellhole, and it's not like people don't know.
It's because it's extremely cheap and has a high union rate and has free healthcare.
It is a very vibrant, economically important city. It's a major cultural and economic hub of the region. That's why. I mean, there's a lot of big corporations, a lot of big famous restaurants, a lot of theaters and nightlife. Obviously, lots of nightlife, but not that kind of nightlife and opportunities. So it's a very grim, dark version of New York, but it is still
It sounds a little bit
important.
better than than New York City sometimes.
And the reason why people don't leave Gotham is typically because they can't, because it has a lot of poverty and corruption and slums, and people at the bottom struggle. Surviving in Gotham is difficult, let alone getting enough money just to leave. Now, I'm a nerd for comic books, that's why I wanted to bring that up. But get your votes in on the world, because we're going to close that poll here shortly. What's your favorite worlds that you'd want, Alexis?
I love Frontier Worlds. I think they're hilarious. I love the idea of cowboys. I want a cowboy Primarch.
Frontier does not necessarily mean Wild West, although it could.
I know, but I want a cowboy Primarch.
If you want a Wild West planet, say it out loud. I want a Wild West planet. I want rootin' tootin' yeehaw Primarch.
Out of there, heretic.
It's high noon.
You're a long way from terror, partner.
All right, so we're ending the poll.
Big enough for your golden ass.
And the council has decided. We have a decision. It is a mercantile trade hub of a world.
That still works with a Wild West theme. Just saying.
You're gonna push for this, aren't you?
Oh, I'm gonna try.
All right, I love it. So our third question here is about the cultural influence. Now, this is a very, very important question. All right. Why don't you talk about why it's important while I spool up the poll? Why is the culture Why is the cultural touchstone so important?
So the culture you grow up in pretty much fundamentally sets the way you are for most of your life. So that's super important. But we have question. Here's the question: which old terror culture most strongly shapes the Primarch's adopted culture? Uh, we're going to try to avoid ones that are already exist. Uh, oh my god, I am going to butcher these so much, and I am so sorry, but I am extremely dyslexic. Yoruba inspired city
Yoruba.
state.
Yeah.
Yoruba inspired city states, rich traditions, elaborate regalia, and ancestor reverence. Ooh, I
Rich
like that.
oracular traditions.
Oh,
Oracular, meaning oracles, meaning,
ooh, I like that.
yeah. So the Yoruba is southwestern Nigeria. Okay. It is, they have a lot of very unique religious beliefs and artistic expressions in a very vibrant vibrant social structure. So Yoruba is definitely Africa. Okay. It is definitely part of that African culture. That's why I was pointing it out very specifically.
Yeah, oh, that would be
Okay.
so cool. Because then we could have a Primarch with an Equa spear and a Kapinga.
Well, you could
That'd be
go.
cool.
You can go as Wakanda as you like with this, just to be very clear. So it can be, it can be something that we've already seen in other media, for example.
I was thinking like Zulu warriors.
Zulu.
Yeah. The next one is Polynesian inspired, oceanic voyages, navigating by stars, and swells, strong clan ties, and wayfinding.
Yes, Moana.
It's Moana.
Yeah.
There's several different island peoples that it could be based off of, but Moana is the one that you thought of immediately, right?
Hmm.
Ba, 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 ba. Mesoamerican. Okay, this I really like. Like Mayan and I do not know how to say that.
Toltec.
Uh Zootopec?
Oh, Zapotec. Sorry,
Zapotec.
yeah. It's the Mayans. It's the Toltecs. It's the Zapotecs. Stepped
Yeah.
pyramids, sacred ball games, scholarly priesthoods, and astronomy. All the astronomy.
Oh my god, we could get a freaking powered Macawaddle.
We could. There
That would
would,
be amazing.
and we've actually seen this also in Marvel with the Atlantean culture that was in Wakanda Forever, for example.
Yeah. I have a feeling you watched like Black Panther 1 and 2 prior to this.
I mean, I'm a comic book guy in general. I like the
Yep.
Marvel movies a lot. I like DC movies a lot. God, Superman was so good.
The new Superman, yeah, it was.
Last year was just awesome.
Yeah.
We have God, I love the Incas as Dragon Magic. Well, vote for it, buddy. Get in there. Get in there. The council, the council is allowed to vote, so go vote.
Oh, South Indian inspired.
Yeah, the
That could
last
be
option,
interesting too.
South Indian inspired. So why don't you talk about that?
Temple cities, philosophical schools, art and epic duties, epics of duty and cosmic order. I like that a lot too. Like, weirdly enough, the only thing I know about that we could tie it in is powered chakrams and power katars. We could
Mhm.
also have the whip sword, so we could have a
Yep.
Primarch wielding a whip sword and a katar.
Right.
I'd
That would be
be
pretty
okay with
wild.
that.
It's pretty cool. So yeah, this is the regions of Tamil Nadu and Karnataka and Kerala, Andhra Pradesh, and Telangana. If you don't recognize any of those terms, that's perfectly fine. I probably couldn't point to them on a map except to say they're part of South India. So it's the very southern tip of India is where we're talking about here. A lot of Hindu related culture, for example.
I'm surprised you didn't put like Native American. Well, you got the
Well,
Mayans, but yeah,
I mean, they're
the Native
technically Native.
Americas.
They're
Yeah.
Central America, but Native American nevertheless. So,
Yep.
all right, the council. The council must decide what is this cultural touchstone. You have just a few more seconds before I shut it all down. But hey, we got a cool super chat from Joe Numbers, Mesoamerican Pirate King. Give it to me.
Just Jack Sparrow as a space marine, as a Primarch.
Yeah, but like he's got like a snake styled helmet with like cool feathers coming off the back and stuff, like very
Mm-hmm.
Mesoamerican. I could see some really fun, like I really love your power Maquaddle as well.
Yeah,
That's a cool
the
idea.
Makawaddle is that's
Maquaddle,
just it's such a cool weapon.
right?
Like it's not a sword, but it's also not a club. It's that middle ground between the two, and it's. I mean, I watched a whole not a documentary, a guy testing out the weapon, making it from the actual materials that they had and everything, because there were reports that it could cut through metal and all this other stuff, and it can't, which is unfortunate. But like, I love when it hit flesh, that thing tore right through. But the second it would hit like armor or thick clothing, it would get caught up, and but then its own weight would crush bones. So it's this weird hybrid sword axe mace that is just a Makawaddle, and I love it as a weapon. It reminds me a lot of like a if they did a spiked Kanabo.
Right.
Yeah, like just
So
replace all the little knobs with like obsidian shards and hit somebody with it.
the council has spoken, and the council has decided on a Mesoamerican inspired cultural touchstone.
Ooh.
Yeah, we've got some Aztec or some Mayan or some Toltec or some Zapotec in
Are we
there.
making are we making Lizardmen?
I mean, if Sotek were here, he'd probably
Are
be
we
like,
making
"Oh
Lizardmen?
my god!"
Yep.
There may be. This is one of the reasons why they probably have avoided the Mesoamerican feel in 40k, because it is very strongly associated with the Lizardmen in Warhammer Fantasy.
Mm-hmm.
That's quite possible. We are probably building something that they may not be able to ever touch because it's so strongly inspired.
Technically, like the Rainbow Warriors are Aztec inspired, kind of, sort of, depending on what artwork what lore they use at the time. We do have a super chat here from Dogman95. So
Okay.
give the Aztec style warfare, I would imagine, a focus on the light infantry melee / close range hit and run tactics. Absolutely. The powered Makawaddle is basically a double-sided chainsword. Also, Aztec death whistles are terrifying. Yes, they are.
Yes, they are. They definitely are.
Of
And we have
course.
we have
Sorry
another
about that.
one. We got another super chat. Like Horror Gaming, Sotek has entered the chat. Lizardmen, you say?
So, weirdly enough, the way that I would do their specific chainsword is that it uses a special mineral from their home world that makes the monomolecular edge of a chainsword even sharper for some reason, or its engine spins a bit faster, or it uses chunks instead of like rivets so that it can chop the people up. I don't know. Chainswords make terrible weapons, but they're really cool. We got a super chat here from Necroplayer97. Lizardmen as a Primarch, or a Primarch who befriends a lizard like Xenos faction. So weirdly enough, I did this exact thing with my Space Wolves. I have this whole like small narrative that my Space Wolves were thrown. Magnus threw my company of Space Wolves into a foreign planet with no wolves at all, and they came back riding dinosaurs.
Lizardmen would not work as a Primarch, unfortunately. That unfortunately needs to be vetoed, because the Primarchs are
For the most part, human.
99% human. Yeah, like Sanguinius is the least human, and he's just a human with wings. So yeah, I think we have to say no on that one. Hear me out. Blackstone Chainsword. Woo! Yeah, Noctilith.
A Noctilus chainsword, a chainsword that actually messes with psychic
That's
people,
rad.
like psychers.
That's
Oh my
rad.
god, it's a null rod.
It
It's
would
a
be it would be sweet as hell, wouldn't it?
Oh my god, just imagine that for a second. It's a null rodded chainsword. So
Yeah.
when it hits them, not only is it cutting through their body, it causes them to have like a psychic backlash. Whoa, that's terrifying. I think we
That
got to add
is
that as a weapon.
That is wild. So I'm about to start the new question, which is about the early upbringing. Who raised our Primarch? Do you want me to talk about this, or would you like to talk about it?
You can if you want.
All right, cool. So we got 4 options for who raised the Primarch. The first option is a warrior noble household that values honor and dueling. You know, it's a very high class upbringing. Okay. Then we've got number 2 is a religious or mystical order that saw the Primarch as a prophesied figure. There was a prophecy that a child would fall from the heavens, and lo, he did. The third option is the common folk, fishers, farmers, or traders, people who taught practicality and humility. Were you raised among the common folk?
Are we going to get a well-adjusted Primarch or a psychopath?
We could get a well-adjusted one. We could get the Pixar Primarch. And then the last option is the Primarch raised themselves in the wilds with only very rare sporadic human contact.
He was able to build that in a cave.
Out of a box of scraps. All right, we've got Ice Veins becoming a member. Thank you so much. Now I feel like we have to call the Primarch Sotek.
You know,
we're not quite there. We're not quite.
We could go even meta with it and call it Primarch Ryan.
we could. It might get there. Joe Number says slight mutation for fangs or claws, a la Sabretooth. I mean, that's pretty awesome.
I would actually do the Panthers.
I really like this. Can I just add this, Alexis?
Yeah, it's a super chat. We add super chats for the most part.
Let's do it. All right, this is worthwhile. Slight mutation, fangs and claws, similar to Sabretooth. Hell yeah, why not? That's rad.
Do they mean similar to Sabretooth as in like the Sabretooth cat, or do they mean Sabretooth as in like Sabretooth the character?
The Marvel Comics character. Yeah, they mean that. Yeah.
Which, by the way, they still haven't made a good adaptation of that character, and it bugs me.
Well,
the best one was in the Wolverine Deadpool movie, and it is like 5 seconds.
So here's a fun fact. Sabretooth was not originally attached to originally attached to Wolverine.
Yeah.
Until he appeared a few times, and then somebody was like, well, these characters are so similar, they must be related. And then that's when Sabretooth as Wolverine's brother became a thing.
Yeah.
I still remember the early days when Sabretooth was just a villain, and you're like, that dude looks a little bit like Wolverine. That was about it. So yeah, those were the days. All right, let's council, you have just a little bit longer to vote, so get your votes in on the early upbringing of our guy.
I'll say it right now, if you guys want to give these guys random mutations and things that might make them unorthodox, or something that the Emperor might have actually removed because they're a little too mutated, you can do that through super chats. Just saying.
Would you like our super chats?
The crazier, the more Ross has to try to justify it. And that's always funny.
Make me work. Ricardo Andre has a comment here. He says he's so well adjusted that he's the only one who saw the Emperor's bullshit and was the only one brave enough to call him out on it.
Yeah, that's probably why he died.
That might be exactly why he's gone. All right,
we put him into the cell on Terra because he said something about unions and fair wages and not working 40 hours a week.
All right, so the council has spoken, and he was raised by a religious or mystical order.
This makes total sense for the Aztec faith going into this that we're doing. Also, I love this username, Joe Numbers.
That is pretty great.
It sounds like a villain, but not a bad villain, but like a villain, you know, kind of like the Black Mask, where it's like that person's evil, but all of their henchmen are treated very well and they're unionized, and you know, it's like, you're a bad guy, but you're kind of like, dang.
I find it very hard to hate Ewan McGregor, so
yeah. It's like an evil lawyer. Like Joe Numbers is 100% a Saul Goodman style character.
So I think
you're making lore for you.
I think Joe here wants to. He says, "I'd like to tie the vote, please. Mystic Order and Common Folk, raised normal and raised up to a priestly caste." I think we could do that for you, Joe Numbers. Raised originally by a normal family of, let's say, fishermen, Joe Numbers, and then raised up to a priestly caste. There you go. There you go, Joe Numbers. Thank you so much for the super chat. And like Horror Gaming says, can't be a lizardman, but can he have snake eyes?
Yeah.
Sure. Serpent eyes. I'm down.
Yeah. Slitted eyes. Now, is that going to be on him or is that going to be on his legion? Or is that a trait that's passed down? Similar to that of like the mutation that the salamanders have where their skin turns charcoal because of their volcanic world.
Yeah.
I
really kind of hate that lore retcon.
Oh, yes, same.
So I would prefer not to reference that, but more like how the space wolves all have, long canines and long beards and shit as they get older. Lots of, facial hair. That might be more closer to it. But if the space wolves can have really long fangs, why the hell can't we have snake eyes? I'm down with it.
So do the blood angels. The blood angels have fangs.
Some of them do. Yeah. If you look at Mephiston, he's definitely got some serious incisors. It's not as common as in, actually, believe it or not, space wolves typically have longer teeth. It's just the way they are. So there you go. Joe Numbers, I'm the union boss of Gotham. I'm a bad guy, but my guys love me. Love it. All right. So our next question for the council. What is the core defining virtue? And Alexis, I'm going to need you to lead the charge on this one.
Okay, so what makes a man turn neutral? Lust for power, gold, or is it a heart full of neutrality?
I don't care. I don't know, and I don't care.
Anyway, so the four choices that we have is justice. He's Kira. Fixation on fair judgment and proportional responses. Curiosity. He was poke things. I think we all want to poke things and secretly put stuff in our mouth.
I mean, when you're talking to teenage boys, that's certainly true.
What are Primarchs but teenage boys given huge male bodies? I mean, they're basically all Shazam.
Curiosity is the second one, which is a relentless investigation into every mystery.
Then we have loyalty, which I really like. I like it because this one's very Dark Angel-y. Unbreakable bonds and to oaths, kin, and comrades.
I mean, it's a little bit Dark Angel. It's also a little bit. There's a lot of legions you can actually play this to.
Yeah, you can.
The Ultramarines, they
also,
are very strong on oaths.
Space Wolves.
Imperial Fists and Black Templars are both big on oaths.
Yep.
So yeah, there's quite a few. The last one,
discipline.
Dun dun dun.
Which that one's very much Imperial Fist.
Strict self-control and orderly thought in all things. That is very Imperial Fist, yeah. So a fun fact about the Imperial Fist, and again, this is it's one of those legions that's so much more interesting pre-heresy than post-heresy. I would argue the Imperial Fists are the chapter with the biggest gap between pre and post-heresy interesting stuff. But in general, fun fact, Imperial Fists are super bottled up and super disciplined until they aren't, and then they just go nuts, and then they let loose.
So disciplined right now.
They do that until they let loose, and once they let loose, then they're like, okay, I got it out of my system, and I'm back to being really tightly bottled up and tightly disciplined. Okay, but they are that guy, which is funny. I love it. There's a character in the Heresy who's he becomes the first chapter master of the Executioners, and he's Fafnir Rand is his name. He's that guy. He's absolutely that guy. Oh, we've got a super chat from Lycor Gaming. Primarch named Kremlo, just for Sotec. LOL. We're not there yet, Lycor Gaming. We're not there yet. But I see you. I see what you're trying to do, because Kremlo is apparently a thing from Warhammer Fantasy that Satek is kind of hates. In case you're
There's
not aware.
a little bit more than that. Maybe like you're down here, you're a little bit more.
So you remember who Kremlo is, right? Like he's a really ancient piece of lore about a freaking Slan who washed up in Skeggy and learned how to become a warrior. It's just
Oh
absolutely
yeah,
wild.
I do remember that.
Donna Man, thank you so much for the super chat. So random mutation for the chapter. Maybe they can do the death whistle as a sonic screech. That's pretty cool. Also, home name planet suggestions: Uxmal, Caligmol, or Tikal. Typically 40K does not name it directly after things, but they do sometimes. So I will go ahead and add those as options for the city, or the world, actually. And when we get to the point where we're naming things, we will send it to the council. I think that's a pretty good idea.
Yeah.
So thanks for that. The death whistle as a possible Legion mutation, I'll add that as well.
I imagine that is like sort of their war cry. Like almost like howling banshees going into battle.
Yeah, possibly. I think we need to. I'm going to write it down so I don't forget it. Let's put it that way. A really interesting idea there. Okay, guys.
Like some sort of war gear that is the loud hailer that does the death whistle.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, we're going to shut down that poll. So get your last votes in here. It's just about time to find out what the council has ordered. We are deciding his weapon. We will get there, Ice Fans. We're still on his youth and childhood. We're not there yet. You guys are so excited. You're jumping ahead. I love it.
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
It's a lot of fun.
Council has chosen. Oh, we have a tie.
Ooh.
You know what happens when we have a tie? We get both.
All right.
So
what's the tie?
Okay, so the core virtue tie is between sorry, just let me make sure I write this down. Core virtue tie between, and the tie is between justice and curiosity.
Ooh. Okay, so he's Batman. Got it.
I don't know. Conrad has that pretty sewn up.
Yeah, he does. Well, he's more like he's kind of like I get that he's supposed to be Batman, but he's like that time when Joker was Batman.
I mean, he is that kind of Batman. Yeah, he's very much he would be the Batman who laughs.
Yes.
But all right, so defining flaws, the next one, and I would like you to help me out by reading those aloud while I build the poll.
Oh, I see some of my own flaws on here, all of them. So this is going to be a lot of fun. Ruthlessness, willing to sacrifice anyone or anything for the plan or the great plan.
I see what you did there.
I did nothing. You have no idea what I've just done and laid the groundwork for. Pride cannot bear an insult, slight, or contradiction. Oh man, they really are a Reddit nerd.
How dare you? What did you say about me?
Obsession, fixation on project, grudges, or enigmas beyond reason. I like that one too. I actually really like that one.
Yep.
Distrust, sees betrayal everywhere, struggles to delegate.
I struggle to delegate a lot.
I always feel like I'm pushing my burdens onto anyone else whenever somebody asks if they could help me.
Yeah, it's tough to get around that sometimes, that feeling.
Yeah.
Ruthlessness is mercy upon yourself. That's Ricardo Andre.
Not incorrect.
Alrighty, so council, you must come up with the answer. What is the Primarch's defining flaw? And I'm going to give you about 30 seconds before we shut that down. Personally, I like the idea of obsession the most, but I also I mean, I like all of them, but Obsession is the one I like the most. What's the one that speaks to you?
I mm, it hmm. I'm stuck between ruthlessness and pride.
Hmm.
But we do have a super chat here
Oh,
from
we do, Dynaman.
99.5.
So the Aztec have two elite tiers of warriors named after animals. The most famous are the Jaguar warriors. I remember those guys. But they also had eagle warriors. The latter makes me think decorated beaky helmets. Yeah,
Oh yeah,
but we
so
can also
one,
have Jaguar helmets too. Like that's not out of the question.
yeah, like the Space Wolves have the silly
They-
little
Every legion. Okay, fun fact: every legion had their own unique helmet design during the heresy.
mhm. And they're really expensive to buy from Forge World.
They can get up there, yeah. But that's a good point there. Let me just read that again really quick. Yeah, the Jaguar Warriors, the Eagle Warriors. That is very, very cool. And we got one from Ice Veins. Look at this, $20. Bam. Coming in with a steel chair. If this is allowed, the weapon of choice for our Primarch is a two-handed
Makawaddle.
power sword with Mesoamerican symbols. You know what, Ice
Yeah.
Veins? It is so. So it shall be written, so it shall be done. Let me go over here and say, let's put it under top here. Weapon of choice. Two-handed Makua wheel power sword with Mesoamerican symbols.
Is it I always struggle with the whole thing that it's actually not a sword. Because it is a bludgeon weapon.
It's if it can slash, it's a sword. I think we have to be a little bit lenient with the Makwaddle because they are.
Can you go a little bit for me and just say club? Just slash club?
Fine.
That'll bug me.
I realize that. I kind of hate it because it's not a club, it's a slashing weapon. It doesn't do damage with the bludgeoning part.
No, it actually does most of its damage with crushing.
Do you understand how sharp glass is? Volcanic glass is one of the sharpest things on the planet.
Yes. I'm with you on that.
They were slashing weapons.
Well,
the purpose of the Makawaddle was to spill blood, Alexis.
It was actually to
It's not a potato masher.
Horses' legs off. It was a anti-big thing.
Sure,
weapon.
But it was cutting them.
Yes and no. So in the video I watched where somebody actually rebuilt the Makawaddle, rebuilt several of them.
I forgot. Your cousin on YouTube is the expert on this.
No. He actually built them with obsidian and everything and tested it. Their main damage was done with the bludgeoning force, and then the tearing could never be healed. It is a horrifying weapon. It is amazing. I absolutely love it. But the only problem with the Makawaddle is it's only good for 3 hits.
I mean,
this just shatters.
This is a lot like saying a chainsword is also a club, to be really clear.
A chainsword is a terrible weapon.
I feel like we're getting tangled in some minutia here. So, all right,
chainswords, I always argue, are spinning so fast that they're basically swords.
All right, clearly your flaw is obsession.
Yes. Look, I am a person that teaches people about weapons.
The council has spoken, and the council says that our Primarch's defining flaw is, in fact, obsession.
See, they know what's up.
Oh my God, you're killing me. All right, our next question about our Primarch is about defining the early conflict. What major early conflict first showcased the Primarch's genius?
That's the one thing. We don't have an idiot. Well, we have several idiot Primarchs, but they're all super intelligent idiots.
They're smart but not wise. It's probably another way to put it. Yeah,
all of them are presented with a wall. Gilliman would find a window, open it, and go through. Angron would just smash his head against it until he got through. Perturabo would punch through it eventually. Rogel Dorn would build around it. I love it. So the major conflicts are unifying warring tribes or city-states into a single realm. Very Gilliman-esque. I like that. technically also Lion did that.
Also, Perturabo.
Yeah.
Also. There's a lot of them that unified their world.
Yeah, there was. Repelling Xenos raiders or nearby alien empires. Get off my lawn. The third one is overthrowing a tyrannical priest king or ruling caste. Weirdly enough, Mortari never got to do that.
Yeah, he really wanted to.
Yeah. The fourth one is ending a generational long civil war via a bold, unconventional strategy. Have we tried talking to them?
Have you tried snipers? Have you tried digging foxholes and not standing in the open like a bunch of idiots?
Why are you guys wearing bright colors? Oh, we want them to see us coming. Maybe don't do that. What?
Okay, so I like all of these. I think if you're interested in justice and curiosity, those are your two big things. I think the third one, the overthrowing a tyrannical priest king or a ruler, a tyrannical ruler would be opposed to curiosity and justice, as we are finding out here in America. We are discovering this for our very own. So I would say that would be where I think I'd like to see him go, is that one. But there's plenty more. There's unifying warring tribes is also really good, because bringing the world together is something Primarchs do often. Repelling Xenos raiders. This is early. This is very early Great Crusade. So that is unusual, but it's Mortarion had it too. So it's not out of the realm of possibility. It's just unusual. And then the ending the really long civil war is also that's definitely like an orator, right? Like that's someone who's very good at swaying the masses, if you would. But let's see what does the council say. Council, you have just 30 more seconds to vote to tell us what the answer is. And I need to add a bit to the page here, just to be clear for the next one. All right, so what does the council say? Council, what is your wisdom? Early conflict, the answer is a tie again.
Hell yeah.
Are you guys doing this on purpose?
Probably.
Are you doing this on purpose? Why are you tormenting me with these ties? We have a tie. Go ahead.
Oh, it's just fun.
So we have a tie again. And the tie is between the following options. It is between ending the long civil war and overthrowing a tyrannical ruler.
I mean, yeah, that makes sense. Now, here's a question for the chat. Is the tyrannical ruler a mutant, a horrific abomination, maybe even chaos infused? Or are they a Xenos? Or all three?
Or none of the above.
They might be a Jakaro.
An enslaver controlling a Jakaro. There you go. So our next question is, what is the Primarch's preferred warfare style? Can you help me out with this one?
Okay. The first one makes a lot of sense for Aztec warriors. Maneuver warfare, encircling, feints, and rapid redeployments. This is actually what my homebrew chapter does. Shock assaults, overwhelming forces at decisive points. What the hell does that say?
Asymmetric warfare.
Okay, asymmetric warfare. My brain was just mixing up letters for a second. I read it and I was like, did I read that right? Asymmetric warfare, ambush, terror tactics, and guerrilla campaigns. And then ritualized warfare, carefully staged battles and duels to break enemies' morale.
You know, guerrilla war campaigns does not mean Jakaro, Alexis.
Oh,
but it could. But it could mean guerrilla, like actual guerrillas.
It could also do something with the Super Saiyans. Every campaign of theirs is guerrilla warfare.
That's technically true. That's funny. Oh my gosh. All right. So yes. Whoa. Good Lord. Look at this chat from Dino Man. That's a huge one. Alexis, if it makes you feel better, there are also many other sharp-bladed clubs around the world, particularly in Polynesia. They would be able to slash in the same way a spiked club would be able to stab, but the bulk of the damage is due to weight. Some examples are the Maori mirror, I don't know how to pronounce that, and the Kiribati Titoanea, which is basically a macawaddle with some
Yeah,
sharp
with
teeth.
shark teeth. Yeah, that one's cool too. The shark tooth clubbed. Club. I like that one. I want to see an actual weapon test of that one as well. I am so fascinated by ancient weapons. Like, my favorite weapon in all of history is a kapinga. And if you guys know what that is, you know what it is. It's a really, really cool throwing blade slash blade. I don't know how else to describe it. It's a horrifying, like, throwing axe blade with a penis on it. It's great.
I like the rope dart from China. Big fan of those.
The rope dart is really cool.
Big fan of that one. All right, folks. The council, you have 30 seconds left to decide. Then I'm going to shut it down. But then our preferred warfare style.
I also really like the Kasuri Kama. The thrown scythe.
Yes.
I think it's also really cool.
Sarigama is very good. Yeah. All right.
Then again, those weapons you have to be extremely skilled in. And most of it wasn't an actual weapon that you would use. It's more of a display weapon that you would scare the hell out of somebody that you know how to use it. And then go.
Well, originally it was a farming implement because weapons were forbidden in the certain periods of Japanese history. So yes, let's talk about that. But first, what has the council decided? The council has spoken, and it has said that the answer is asymmetric. No, come on. Come on. You're literally doing this on purpose. Okay, I swear. This is the last tie. I'm not going to honor any further ties from this point on. 3 is too many, and I'm not going to do it anymore. I'm telling you.
Keep doing it,
No more ties. No, I'm serious. I'm not doing it anymore. I will do a freaking runoff before I do another tie. But the preferred warfare style, according to the council, is asymmetric warfare and ritualized warfare.
Also, I love that Rush 21129's favorite ancient weapon is the Colt.
Colt 1911. I mean, that is over 100 years old.
Yep.
And it's still a damn good pistol.
Mm-hmm.
Just insanely good. Hell, I'd use it today. Joe Numbers, $5 says, Tyrant King fighting against an alliance of city-states is losing. Calls on chaos power leading to mutation. Then Primarch leads alliance to win. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I like this a lot.
That sounds like a solid origin. Like, that sounds like a book that leads to the Primarch being discovered. Like, that's the prequel to the Primarch. That's amazing. I like that a lot.
I will write that down while you talk about how cool that is.
Alrighty. So this kind of reminds me of Mortarion, where his family, his planet was in control by some kind of Xenos chaos-infused monstrosities. They were humanoid, at least, as far as we know. And they did try to raise Mortarion, although good luck with that one. He was probably a problem child. The whole world was like poison and gas and everything, and Mortarion led a rebellion against everything. So it's very similar to that, and I actually really like that. But this one sounds like it was prior to the chaos corruption, and then they got desperate. They were like, "Oh crap, this Primarch is going to beat all of us."
Considering the timeline, it wouldn't be recognized as chaos corruption. That's why I said some power, some unusual power, which could be a lot of different things. Because the Horus Heresy novels are pretty clear that chaos only became really known by the Imperium after they encountered the Interrex. And even then, it was still like what? What is this? What are you talking about? That's crazy.
I still love when they refer to it as warp Xenos when they see a demon for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, that's not a demon. That's a warp xenos. Ah,
Our,
no, Bob, that certainly looks like a demon to me.
so now we need to answer the next question. What is the Primarch's signature strategic strength? Could you please read these options out for me?
Alrighty. Oh, you got me with the first one. Oh, you referenced supply lines. You are a good person, and I love you for this. Supply lines are my friend, and I love these, and this is what should be the answer. But logistics and supply, forces that never run dry. This is super important to warfare. Like, insanely important. If you don't have good supply lines, all of your troops die. It doesn't matter how strong or how abhuman or transhuman they are, they're going to die without food. For Space Marines, that takes a very long time, but still. Intelligence and counterintelligence. Well, I'll counter your intelligence with some random bullshit. Go.
Random bullshit go is basically your battle cry, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Have you ever shouted that during a Viking match? If not, why not?
So, one of the things that I have shouted at people during an actual line fight when I noticed that my flank was breaking through their line is I yelled at them to look at me. And I just shouted, look at me, and they were all just like, what's happening? Why are we looking at you? And I would just keep raising my weapon like this, and then I watched them all die.
Distraction card effects.
Yep. I've also shouted that, actually. I've shouted distraction card effects.
Next time you need to shout random bullshit, go.
Yeah. So option 3 is siegecraft and fortifications, masters of taking and holding strongholds. Always a fun one, but kind of boring in my opinion. I'd rather destroy the strongholds. I'm very much. I really like these stripes, these yellow and black stripes. And I don't want to paint my armor.
And I don't mind long grinding wars of attrition.
Yeah, they're fun. Naval and void warfare. This is very Blood Angel for some reason. Because Blood Angels were masters of void warfare for always felt super random for them.
They're really good at it. Imperial Fists are really good at it. Blood Angels took that and turned it into the becoming the masters of the drop pod assault, the so-called Angels of the Dawn. Remember, they would just come down in this massive drop formations. Revelation, I believe it's called. Yeah. Council.
No. Oh no, Ross, don't look. You don't want to see it.
I'm not going for it. I'm not doing it. Three is enough. It's not going to happen again. Three is enough times. 30 seconds, guys. The council, you may choose what your answer is going to be. So it's happening again. It's not. I promise you. I will go to a goddamn runoff.
What if we do a 4-way tie? Now they're gonna do it to you specifically.
No, I'm telling you, I'm not going to accept another tie. All right, council, let's see what you said.
Would $5 American change your mind?
Okay, we don't have a tie. We do not have a tie. We have a clear winner. Thank God.
Quick, go back and change it.
It is now logistics and supply by 50%. A clear majority of 50%. I don't have to make anything up. That is actually what it says. 50%. Strategic specialty is logistics and supply,
which is so important. Like, most siege wars ended because both the supply chains were broken, not because of these great battles and everything. Most siege battles were actually just you sat outside and waited for a few months and then they surrendered or you left. And that's how siege warfare worked, which is why I hate when GW's like, these guys are siege experts, and it's Space Marines, and I always imagine them just playing cards outside of like a kingdom. So like, do you surrender? No. All right. Next day, do you surrender? That's what siege warfare actually is. It's not this grand like, we bring these catapults and lay siege to this place. It's more like, we're just waiting here until you guys starve to death or succumb to disease. We threw a cow at you.
So the next question is about the Legion combat doctrine. So if our Primarch is reunited with the Emperor, reunited with his Legion, that's what these next few are going to be talking about. Excuse me. So the Legion combat doctrine is after the Primarch is reunited with this Legion, what is their combat doctrine going to be? So please read these options out while I put up the poll.
Well, first I'm going to read this super chat from Sebastian Muller. Add Zotes to the unit roster. Sorry, not sorry.
Why?
Zotes.
Why?
Because Zotes.
Why is this my life? Zotes?
So, okay, hang on. I know how we can make this work. All right. Similar to the newest squad of the Red Corsairs, that command squad that Huron Blackheart has, he has a Zote as a Xenos, not negotiator, council. He just has just a random Zote with him. Zote advisor.
A Zote advisor. I will take a Zote advisor. Will that work for you, Sebastian Miller? Thank you for the super chat. We really appreciate it. Oh my God, why? Rush 2129 says Tyrant's name is Cortez Credo or Cortez the Hog. I like naming the Tyrant after Cortez. That is very that's very good. That's very good. Tyrant's name, Cortez Credo.
Zote, Watcher in the Dark.
Tomato, potato. Nice. All right.
I still to this day love that no other chapter, nor enemy, nor anything, including the Emperor himself, has ever acknowledged that the Watchers in the Dark exist. Okay,
right.
so.
I mean, I think we need to pause here after the next couple of questions and just sort of summarize where we're at. But right now we need to finish off the combat doctrine. What are the options for the combat doctrine?
Okay, so we got modular task force, small specialized formations that interlock into a larger operation. I like that one. That's very much what Gilliman is doing with his little strike forces against the Tyranids right now. Spearhead cohorts, elite vanguards that break lines for the main host. I also really like this because this is how Marines should be used. They shouldn't be used for like siege warfare or anything like that. They should be used to help the Imperial Army / Soul Auxilia destroy a target and then have them go through.
Luna Wolves were big on this.
Yes, I'm fully in favor of this. Infiltration cadres. Yeah, but there's only so much you could put a hat on an 8-foot tall superhuman.
Hat and a trench coat. It works for the thing.
He just has a trench coat and
works for the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, that's Fred. He's 11 foot tall. Don't mess with him. Don't make direct eye contact with him. Just keep walking.
Okay, you lived in New York.
I did.
Question: you're walking down the street in the boroughs, and you see a guy next to a pizza parlor, and he's wearing a trench coat and a hat, and you can just barely see any part of him, but it looks a little weird. Do you stop or do you keep walking? Just assume it's fine.
Since it's New York, if I'm seeing somebody in a trench coat, I'm pretty sure they're gonna want to show me something of theirs, and I don't want to see that. So I'm gonna keep walking.
Right? So that's how they get away with it. Social pressure on not to investigate.
Fair.
Even if that guy is 7 feet tall, you're to be like, nah, not today, Satan, and just keep walking.
It's that whole Metal Gear Solid comic from like a few years back where Snake is dressed up as a tree and the guard walks by and he's like, I'm a tree. And the guard's just like, yep, and just keeps walking.
Yes, you are. Very much so. Oh, we've got a super chat from Dynaman. Dynaman, thank you so much for all the super chats today. Really appreciate you. Dynaman says, so if the overall strength is asymmetric warfare, ritualized warfare, and logistics, I am imagining a force that heavily focuses on forward outposts they can quickly set up ahead of time, so they can funnel and direct enemies to fight them how they want. They probably heavily use FARPs, or forward arming and refueling points.
Yep.
That does, I mean, that's cool. I like that. I see that the way you see that. Yeah.
They probably also have like drop bastions that they use.
That is something the Iron Warriors do famously.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, that could be a thing. All right. So let's see what the council has decided. The council has chosen Ritual War Hosts by 57%.
Damn.
They're taking it seriously when I said no more freaking ties.
There's just somebody there with like 8 accounts making sure they're not ties.
I don't know.
Don't worry, Ross. I got you.
I'm not saying it was on purpose. It was just funny that it happened 3 times in a row, and I was like, no more.
It's actually Ross doing it.
I promise you, I am not manipulating these polls. But I do need to set one up for the next question, which is about the relationship with the Emperor.
But first,
we got a super chat. 2 Astartes on top of each other, 1 trench coat, 1 ticket to enter, please.
Okay.
Very good.
There's this whole joke TikTok account that does the whole 2 people sitting on top of each other and like trying to get into places. And most places let them in on 1 ticket because it's funny. So like I can totally see that. And then we got another super chat from Joe Numbers. I bet these guys have a lot of guard support units. Imperial Army or Sola Exilia, probably.
Yeah, very likely. But then this is the Great Crusade era, so every legion had a lot of support from the Militarum. Sorry, not the Militarum, the Exilia. So,
but they probably had like a lot more. They probably built them up.
Some legions worked very closely, some did not. Famously, the Dark Angels did not work very closely for various reasons.
What?
Yeah, I know. And the World Eaters had complicated relationships with the Auxilia. Fun fact, the Thousand Sons had a very strong bond with the Auxilio that they worked with.
Same with the Ultramarines.
Yeah, naturally. Yeah.
Ultramarine Exilia.
Yeah, Ultramarines had a very, well, that's just Gilliman. He's like, it's a tool. We're going to use it as best we can. And the best way to use it is to integrate them into our plans as much as we can.
Yeah. So the relationship with the Emperor, we have distant, revered father god. Yeah, my dad's over there. He went out for smokes. Equal in greatness, but different in purpose. I like that, actually. Necessary yet flawed ruler whose methods need refinement. The Primarch thinking that they're better than the Emperor. I really like that one. Demanding mentor whose approval is deeply craved. He has daddy issues.
No, that's Perturabo on number 4 right there.
Yeah.
3 is probably several Primarchs, including Kurz. 2 is probably Fulgrim and Magnus.
Yeah.
And then 1 is probably Lorgar.
Yeah.
Lich Lord Kears.
For milks and smokes.
I mean, that's how it felt to Horus, certainly. Joe Number says, Auxilia takes the forward position. Astartes help fortify supply lines. Auxiliaries start the fight. Astartes start the rituals, then surge forward to finish them. Yeah, I like this. Yeah. I will write that one in, actually. That's pretty great. So we'll put that under their ritualized war hosts, right?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Close relationship with Auxilia units. Auxilia takes the forward position. We could have a let's build a Solar Auxilia unit, or force. But if you want to talk about like what an Auxilia force might look like for this legion, that would be really cool.
So more than likely, this legion isn't going to be big on using tank warfare. So the Solar Auxilia would probably have more tanks than, well, they definitely have more tanks than the Astartes. That's flat out just true, no matter what. But I could see them being the bulk of their tank warfare. And Astartes just call them up on comms and are like, shoot at this position. Boom. And there's a lot of coordination between the two forces where they probably leave like locator beacons for the next movement of the Soul Auxilia so that they have a path to take that the Astartes have already cleared for them so that they can move to those forward positions, get into good firing lanes, and better support the Space Marines. So the Space Marines are still winning the war, but the Soul Auxilia are doing everything in their power to also win that same war. They are used as more of an equal than as a tool slash a partner, which is a horrible thing. Your partner is not a tool, but in this case, it's Warhammer.
I mean, that depends on who you married, but
Oof. Anyway.
And like Core Gaming has it says option 4, what emperor? The Astartes. What's the emperor like? Primarch. Who? What are you talking about?
Option 5, yeah.
All right, let's see what the council has spoken. The council has decided the following. The council says
it's a tie.
Distance. It is not a tie. Thankfully, It is not 38% to 30. The next one is 33%. So 38% said distant. He has a distant relationship with the emperor. And this would be a good time to summarize, I think.
Well, before we do that, we got Dynaman 95 here with 500 bits, which is awesome. So in terms of ritual warfare, does this fit with the Aztec flower wars where they raid enemies for sacrifice? I wonder if they would do something like that or have some other rituals. Probably something similar. Like they'd probably take the heart of or head of a great enemy back to their home world and have like a shrine dedicated to their pantheon.
Okay, so you know where this is leading my mind. It's the way that we're building this with all the it's a religious cult that raised the kid, and he's got all these. Sorry, he's got ritualized warfare, right? And ritualized war hosts. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So we've chosen like the most priestly stuff we can so far. The council has decided that he has a very decidedly religious bent. And it strikes me that may be the reason why the 11th Legion no longer exists, is the Emperor was like, listen, I'm rolling out this thing called the Imperial Truth. We're getting rid of all superstition and worship. Are you on board with that? And our Primarch is like, no, that's kind of my whole thing.
What? I've been sacrificing things to my poor pantheon.
I mean, it makes you wonder a little bit, doesn't it?
Yeah. And then we got another super chat here.
Ice Veins. Depending on the outcome of this, doing a Space Marine chapter based off this Primarch would be interesting. It would be a Legion and not a chapter, Ice Veins, but you are correct. It would be interesting. There is distinct differences between legions and chapters, just to be really clear about it. So yeah, we could talk about that for sure. Also, important to point out, all legions have all the things. They all have tanks. They all have bikes. They all have artillery. They all have infantry. They all have jump pack guys. The legion's individual characters in terms of how it approaches war can emphasize one over the other, but it doesn't mean that they don't have that capability. So famously, the Games Workshop was telling me specifically to my face last year about how the Iron Warriors have like whole groups of outriders running around on motorcycles. They just don't care about them because their focus is on siege, but they definitely have those guys, which made me want to write a whole story about the Iron Warriors biker guys. But just to be clear, when we're talking about this Legion for this particular Primarch, he will have tanks, even if he doesn't particularly like to use them. That's all I'm saying.
I'm just imagining like the tank crew for this Legion just sitting there like, so the Soul Auxilia tanks moved up. Yeah, we're waiting until we get a notice from our Primarch to move. Did he forget us again? Yeah.
Wesley says, oh, you want to make the Emperor even more hypocritical. He sacrifices to the Emperor. I mean, yeah, that would be in keeping with it. And that would also explain why he was so pissed at Lorgar if he had to destroy the 11th Legion because of the same problem. Yeah. Joe Numbers, once
Yep.
again, coming in with super chat. Special unit head taker priests. Oh my God, you were killing me, buddy. These are great. These are great. Okay, we're adding this in. Head taker priests.
Light infantry rushed forward to jump special targets for sacrifice. Death whistle relic, stun and disrupt vox channels. Ooh. Oh, so their death whistle is a vox jammer.
That's awesome. Love it.
Ooh.
Head taker priests. That's cool. That is very cool. I might go heart taker rather than head taker, but just to make it a little more Mesoamerican.
Yeah,
But
I would too.
that's up to you, Joe. If you're okay with it, I'm going to make it heart
Oh
taker.
my
But
god. One of their legends is about the Golden Pyramid, which is the Golden Throne.
right, I mean that would be cool. That would be
Oh,
super
that would
cool.
be.
So let's. This is a good time to just do a quick summary. All right, the 11th
Yep.
Legion, as it currently stands, by the orders of the Council of Lore Seekers, we have a Primarch who has a weapon of choice. It's a two-handed Makawaddle power club with Mesoamerican symbols. The Legion unit includes a Zote advisor and the Hearttaker priests. The Primarch's fundamental archetype is that of the Philosopher King. And just to re-equate ourselves with that, the Philosopher King is... Here we go. Seeks understanding and wisdom before action, loves debate and counsel. So his fundamental archetype is one that he has counselors. He listens to his captains and they engage in vigorous discussion about what they want to do, which is pretty cool. He landed on a mercantile trade hub world with, we have some name suggestions for it. The cultural influence of this world is very Mesoamerican inspired. And his early upbringing was that he started out in a normal family of fishermen and then was raised up to the priestly caste. And then the rest of his education was through a religious or mystical order. His core values are a tie between justice and curiosity. So fair judgment, but also relentless investigation into the mysteries. His defining flaw is obsession. He fixates on projects, grudges, or enigmas. Maybe he's fixated on the religious aspects too. Who knows? His earliest conflict was he overthrew a tyrannical ruler during a centuries-long civil war, which I think is pretty cool. His preferred fighting style is that of asymmetric warfare and ritualized warfare. So ambushes, terror tactics, and guerrilla campaigns, along with carefully staged battles and duels to destroy the enemy's morale. That is just awesome and wild.
Mm-hmm.
His strategic specialty is logistics and supply. His forces never run dry of ammunition or fuel. And his legion's combat doctrine is ritualized war hosts. The formations reflect religious or cultural symbolism. That's very interesting. He has a very distant relationship with the Emperor. This is a pretty cool story we're telling so far. I think I feel like we're seeing some things. What images does this bring to your mind, Alexis?
Almost like a more puritanical Lorgar, like a more corrupted version of him.
More corrupted?
Yes, because he's already been doing all these sacrifices to his gods, and the Emperor shows up and is like, "Hey, bud, okay, cool. Don't be doing all of this. That's the Chaos Pantheon you're worshiping. That's an oopsie daisy. You're bad. Okay, I'm gonna leave."
Well, that our next question is actually all about his disagreements with the Emperor. So that's going to be interesting. That's going to be the next step to take here with the council.
Gee, I wonder which one is gonna win.
Would you? Well, why don't you talk about those options while I write them up?
Okay, so the first option is, oh, I gotta make sure I get Dino Man's super chat in just a moment. Religious suppression versus tightly controlled state-sanctioned beliefs. Oof. Treatment of compliant worlds. Aw, he wants unions and the Emperor doesn't. Use of Zeno's knowledge and technology, which makes sense because of his little advisor there. And total centralization of power on Terra versus regional anatomy.
Autonomy.
Autonomy. Sorry, I said anatomy. My bad.
Regional anatomy.
Yeah, yep.
All right,
But
we've got
anyway.
a super chat from Dynaman. Yeah, Dynaman's killing it today. So is Joe Numbers. Love you guys. Thank you so much. Okay, so they may not have many vehicles. Okay, they do. They do have many vehicles. I want to be super clear. But they could have a unique light vehicle. I'm thinking maybe a land speeder chassis on wheels, like a go-kart,
Okay, so like a Torox.
maybe. For a name, I suggest the Cipactli, which is named after an Aztec monster, which was part frog, part alligator with a mouth on each joint. You know what?
All right.
I'm okay with it. I think that's an interesting idea to add a Legion specific vehicle. Many Legions did have specific vehicles.
So it's a
Why
light
not?
vehicle.
That's also fine because the White Scars had their own version of a land speeder, if I remember right.
They had their own land speeder. They had a very specialized jet bike. Certain chapters had unique jump packs. The Dark Angels had several unique variants of equipment.
Yes.
Um,
Plasma flamers.
Yep. Let's see. What other legions had super unique thing? Well, I mean, there's the psychic robots of the
Yeah, they had their
Thousand
own
Suns.
automata. Yeah, the I forget what those guys are called, but yeah, they had those.
Thanatar, I think.
No, that's a type of automata in general.
Yeah, but I think it was one of them.
Sure, but it's
Yeah.
not that name. Anyway, there's suffice to say, every legion had something unique in terms of a unit, and sometimes that was a vehicle. So it's perfectly fine for this to exist. I think that's a great idea, and I've in fact even added it to the list. But we need to find out what our key disagreement was. So get your votes in, Council. The chat will be closing that poll very, very shortly. So, how do you feel this is going so far, Alexis?
I like it. It's unique, and I like that it's getting slowly like there are signs here of corruption, which is good because we need this Primarch to be on the more accursed side, if that makes sense.
The chat is definitely trying to organize a tie. I see you guys.
I am
Let's try to
definitely not in
organize a tie.
favor of organizing a tie.
We have a clear winner, though, thankfully. The council has decided that the use of Xenos knowledge and tech is, in fact, the key disagreement. Okay, we need to brainstorm that. Like, what kind of Xenos knowledge and tech was the problem? Was it the Zote?
Whistle. Yeah.
Was it the Zote? Was it the death whistle? What was it?
Well, maybe the Zote's technology is that death whistle, that jammer they have.
I like the idea that the death whistle is Xenos tech.
Yeah.
That is kind of interesting.
The Zote in 40K has a very unique weapon, so maybe they have a special equipment that is that unique weapon. Similar to how the Dark Angels have the plasma flamer. They have Zote weapons that they're running around with.
The kind that is used in that special weapon. I'm not sure what you're talking about. Sorry, Rush. I don't know that one.
Also, yeah, the Xenos tech could be the Blackstone blades.
Oh, the Blackstone. I like the. Okay.
Yeah, I mean that definitely is right there.
Let's put that down there as a thing. God, I can't spell this. Blackstone club blades.
There we go.
I just can't spell it. I'm terrible. Absolutely terrible. Which actually brings up the next question we can actually skip because we already know. What is the signature personal weapon of the Primarch? It is the two-headed Makawatl, which we have, the power Makawatl, which we have from above.
We could change this question though. What is the signature weapon of the Legion? Because
Not all legions have signature weapons.
no, but this could be something special for them.
I mean, it could, but see, like
Yeah, I know not all legions have
it's
special
really
weapons.
it's really tough because like you look at the Imperial Fist, you're like, what's their signature weapon? Is it the bolter? Is it the autocannon? Is it the assault cannon?
I
Is
would
it
say it's the Power Fist.
the Solarite Power Gauntlets?
Yeah.
But their Legion trait is all about the autocannons, bolters, and assault cannons. So is it truly the signature weapon? I don't think so. What's the signature weapon of the? We know what the signature weapon is of some groups. Like when you look at the Emperor's Children, their signature weapon is the Phoenix Spear. That's very clear. Unless you want to talk about post corruption, in which case it's the sonic weapons. Yeah. If you look at the Alpha Legions, the power knife, right?
Mm-hmm.
You look at the you look
Dark
at the
Angels, it's the sword.
Well, it's the sword or it's the plasma. So they can have multiple ones, right? Like if you look at the Sons of Horus, it's the Carcosan power axe, but it's also Bane Strike bolter rounds, and it's also there's a lot of things where they have multiple weapons.
I
I
like
don't.
that the Ultramarines have a signature power axe. I think that's really cool.
Yeah, the Legatine axe, but they also have a signature sword. As well, which is interesting. And the Blood Angels have two different types of melee weapons, and the Death Guard has all their toxic flamers and their grenades and various other things.
What's the name of it? The Atlatl. That could be like a special weapon for them. Like imagine a Space Marine using an Atlatl.
I don't think so. I could see a spear, but I couldn't see an Atlatl. All right, let's see here. Ice Vein, since we're going the Mesoamerican route, it would be fitting if our Primarch specialized in ambush tactics. Well, he specializes in ritualized war hosts. We already picked that one. Ambushes actually is part of the warfare style of asymmetric warfare that is already included. Ice Veins.
Yeah.
So yeah, yes. The answer is yes. It's already in there. But thank you for reminding us about that because it's important.
I think Rush is onto something. Shoulder-mounted Atlatl, okay? But it's like an MIU'd Atlatl that fires a javelin missile from the back.
What?
I don't need to justify it. It's 40K. I mean, actually, funny enough, a backpack-mounted missile system that is a fire and forget weapon does exist in 40K, but it exists in 40K, not 30K. Just want to be clear about that. I think that's really cool though, because the Desolator Marines have it. But they also look really, really dumb.
Well, we're going on to question 14, which is about the visual style of the Primarch's warplate. What is his armor aesthetic?
Well, before that, we have another super chat. Boom.
So as a suggestion, given the Javelin is now the name of an anti-tank missile, maybe Atlatl could just be an anti-tank missile launcher. Yes, that would be, call it an Atlatl, but it's actually a missile launcher. That is, now that would be a cool special weapon. Yes, agreed. Okay. I will add that to the list.
Yeah.
So let's see here. Legion special weapon.
That I like a lot.
Works for me. And we got one from Lycor Gaming, like a Yautja Predator plasma shoulder cannon. Yes.
I still love that thing actually does make an appearance in 40K quite a bit. It's like, it's an MIU'd shoulder-mounted weapon, and there's a very specific Inquisitor that uses a shoulder-mounted gun that's very similar to it, and I just can't remember the name of them. Is it Horst? No. It's the Ordo Xenos guy. I can't remember his name right now, and it's bugging
Yeah,
me.
I know who you're talking about. Yeah, he's been around for a long time, and that is definitely a Predator gun because
Yeah.
he was created around the time Predator was really, really big.
Yep.
So we need to talk. We need to go to this next question, and I need you to read out the options for the armor aesthetic while I type them up, please.
Okay. Layered, scale-like plates with geometric patterns, intricate geometric patterns. I like that because it fits the Mayan aesthetic. I like the idea that
It's a
this
little
guy.
too lizard men, but
I feel like this guy is looking like Kodo Khan from Mortal Kombat. If you guys know, you know. It would make sense with the slitted eyes and everything. I really like it. A smooth ceramide armor covered in a sacred script or star chart. Ooh, I like that. He's got a fancy coat. Kind of reminds me of oh my god, what is his name? Oh my god, the love interest from Hell of a Boss, the owl guy. I can't remember his name, but his cape is always like beautiful and always has like star charts in it. I can't remember the name. Um Somebody's gonna be like, "How dare you?"
you got Joe Numbers shouting at you. Yes, yes, Alexis, yes.
See? They know what's up.
Maybe the Atlatl could be smaller than typical Javelin. Well, Joe Numbers I added as a shoulder mount for the Primarch and top mounted for the Legion Terminators because that's really the best way to get it on the battlefield in the era of the Great Crusade.
You see, chat, you are right there with me, knowing Kodo Khan. I love you. Mortal Kombat 9 was an amazing game. Mortal Kombat 11 sucks.
Were you prepared?
I was.
Because nothing can prepare you.
Mortal Kombat. Solus. Thank you, Chad. I couldn't remember the damn guy's name. I have him on a shirt. Like the name just completely blanked from my mind. Okay, the third option is brutal. Armor adorned with trophies of defeated foes. This screams like Angron. Then we have 4, hybrid of sleek technology and
Totemic.
Totemic. What the hell is even totemic?
Like a totem.
Okay, I felt stupid asking that. I'm like, I should know this word. Why don't I know this word?
Yeah, like the Pacific Northwest, the totem poles the Native Americans have, totemic animals are all over 40K, frankly. Like Space Wolves, obviously, they're the most biggest example. But yeah, you can have a totem. Hey, quick question. What's the totem of the Night Lords, Alexis?
Oh, I have no idea.
You don't know? It's the bat. It's the bat. The bat is the totem of the Night Lords.
Yeah. That makes sense.
No, look at their helmets. They have bat wings on their helmets.
Yeah,
look at their chapter symbol. It has bat wings on the sides of the skull. They are all about bats. And guess why? Because they're Primarch and Space Batman. That's why.
also, Sebastian Miller, you know what's up.
Mortal Kombat 11 or 1?
And 1 don't exist.
They're not canon.
They are horrendously bad games.
What about Injustice? Where does Injustice fit in there?
Injustice is great. Injustice Gods Among Us is worse somehow.
I didn't know you were a fighting game fan. That's interesting.
I am a massive fighting game fan.
Interesting. Did you ever play any of the Soul Caliburs?
We had fist fights over people bringing Yoda in.
What about wait? What about Samurai Showdown?
I haven't played that one, but do you know a game I desperately believe needs a full remaster, remake, everything?
Other than Samurai Showdown, what is it?
Def Jam Fight for New York.
Wow.
or I will go even earlier than that. Bloody Roar.
Bloody Roar. Okay. Council, decide. I'm going to wrap up this poll very, very soon. So I need the Council of Lore Seekers to get their votes in really soon. We're going to talk about the Warplate, the armor aesthetic. I am personally going for the star charts, although I like the totems as well.
Yeah. Oh, another one of my favorite fighting games of all time, Jurassic Park Warpath. It is a fighting game. It's a really good one too. And if you guys know the games that I am mentioning, you are heroes and scholars, and you are the best people on the planet.
So the council has spoken, and it is a smooth plated armor with star charts embedded
Yes.
into it.
We got like Stolas Kodokan vibes going. I love it.
His smooth ceremonial armor card plate smooth ceremonial armor covered in star charts.
See, this is why I love Wednesday shows, because you get to hear all the random stuff that I am into, and we get to learn more about Ross's random past.
So I started with Street Fighter 2, but I also really like World Warriors, and I was a big SNK fan, so I played a hell of a lot of Fatal Fury. But my favorite is actually King of Fighters, because it has all the SNK games in it, and you could have teams of 3. And I played a lot of King of Fighters. I really enjoyed that one.
Okay, here's the important question: which Capcom versus game is your favorite?
Capcom versus Marvel. Because I can play the X-Men.
Yeah, I played Spider-Man in it.
Rogue was mine, but they're all. I mean, they're all interesting. So there's that. But yeah, that's something I didn't know about you, was that you were a fighting game aficionado. That's really cool. Yeah. All right, our next question is about the Legion iconography, the symbol that represents the Legion. This is important, guys. So think about this. Think about your answer.
The old Turok games? I played all of them. I have every single one of them. I have all of them on my computer. I played them a lot.
I'm gonna need your help on this one, if you wouldn't mind. Could you read off the options? Which one are we on? The Legion iconography, question 15.
Oh, okay. I was wondering where it was. I scrolled past it. An eclipse sun or moon. This fits really well with the Aztec themes, especially with that star chart cape. I'm going with it being a cape. A stylized serpent or a dragon biting its own tail. I also really like that. Although you could spin that and make it the world serpent as well. So you could get multiple mythologies out of that. A many-pointed star or compass rose. Okay, I like the. Oh, the many-pointed stars might be. It might have a certain number of points on it that the Emperor's like, hey, let's not do that. A mask or dual-faced sigil. Ooh. A mask. No, because but brain, work. You can do this. I believe in you. Not Dante, his Primarch, whose name is Sanguinius. Thank you, brain. We got there in the end. Sanguinius had a death mask. Alfarius wears a mask.
Yeah, Tycho also wore the Phantom of the Opera mask, for example. So masks are a thing for the Blood Angels.
Yep. I'm also trying to think of other Primarchs that wore masks, in quotes here, not helmets, because they all have a helmet.
I mean, arguably Fulgrim.
I'd be there with you.
Hey, super chat from Dynaman, you're killing it, Dynaman. Other suggestions for the planet name? I can't pronounce that. Tlalocon, Mictlan, Xibalba. Oh, Xibalba would be great. And the feathered serpents for the Legion name. Like it. Those are all really good. Those are really good. I think let's go back to the name suggestions, and I really like Xibalba, so let's add that in. Tlalocon and Mictlan.
Man, now I'm starting to think, because I see comments about Soul Calibur, and I keep thinking, like, after Soul Calibur, like 2 and 3, those were my favorites. The one with the guest characters, and which was like Spawn, which was completely random because Spawn wasn't popular at the time. Link was in it. Then they had Yoda and Star Wars characters, and that kind of fell off. And then after that, I kind of lost interest in Soul Calibur. Soul Calibur Ultimate Ninja games, though, those are hot.
Okay, so fun fact: back in the day, Street Fighter 2 was a game you could actually beat with one button if you were really good, and you could beat a lot of people with that one button. I played Chun-Li. The medium kick, you could win so many fights with just the medium kick. It was crazy. Soul Calibur was the exact same way if you had the right character. With Siegfried, he had a particular thing where his reach with his two-handed sword was really long. So if you had if you used the one button that did the lunge where he went even further across the map, my God, you could win a lot of battles with just one button with Soul Calibur and Street Fighter. It was insane.
Now, I do want to say this though. I am terrible at video games, but I love them. Oh,
All right,
Guilty
so
Gear is amazing.
Lore Seekers, the Council of Lore Seekers, you must vote on the symbol. Please do so in the next 30 seconds. I like the Ouroboros. I like that a lot.
Yeah.
The Ouroboros is really cool. However, that is the Thousand Suns symbol. So
I mean,
that's
it's not out of the
not the
question
original
for
one.
two
It's the
legions.
later one. You know,
Yeah.
it's the post-corruption version of that. But it's still really cool. I also really like the eclipsed sun. That's pretty strong. The mask, I agree, it's a little weird. And the star, you know, who knows? But let's see what the council says. The council has decided that the answer is
I am left in complete suspense.
Yep, I know. I'm
The
waiting.
suspense is killing me.
Okay, 41%. We have a clear winner. It is the stylized serpent or dragon swallowing its tail.
Hell yeah.
Biting its tail. I can see this as a Quetzalcoatl, though, which would a winged feathered serpent. That's kind of where I'm seeing it go. If you guys are okay with that, that's kind of where I think I'm going to go with that symbol.
Yeah, that makes sense to me. That's why I was like thinking of world serpent and things like that, like other mythologies that use serpent. Well, every mythology uses a serpent just about.
Yes, and usually in the form of a bringer of knowledge, which is pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Joe Numbers, Eclipse could work. Emperor is the sun in the Primarch's pantheon, but he's always on the move, so he's never in the sky. Ooh, I like that. Like that a lot.
Okay, hear me out. We put this as a prophecy.
A prophecy? How?
Like that's part of their prophecy that one day a great being will come, and that's the Emperor.
Okay.
Like you see where I'm going with that, right?
There was a prophecy that a great being would come who represents the sun in their pantheon, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and that turned out to be the Emperor.
Yeah.
All right, I have added it to the history of the Legion.
Yeah.
All right, very, very cool. Now we're going on to our Legion specialty, the 16th question. What is our Legion known for?
Obviously it's style and it's flair on the battlefield.
It's drip.
Yeah, it's absolute drip. All right, so we got decapitation strikes, which makes total sense. Decapitation strikes are always my favorite. If it's well executed, it's perfect. And I also love when it fails. Like some of my favorite stories are when they actually attempt to do this and it just fails. Like when Cosmo got his head cut off.
I just read a book you would love.
Oh?
It's called Assassinorum Kingmaker.
Oh my God,
Robert
yeah.
Rath.
Oh, that is an amazing book.
Okay, so you've read it.
Yes.
I love that. I just finished it and I was like, oh my God, this is so good. Holy shit.
Well,
and that is exactly
read it. I listened to it, but yeah.
Well, that's exactly what you described. Those it was an attack that was meant to kill a certain person and then failed, and they had to adapt afterwards.
And then we have urban warfare and hive assaults. That doesn't really fit our guys too much.
I mean, it might. You never know.
Yeah, fair enough. Frontier pacification and long grinding campaigns. I do love me some long grinding. Pursuit and annihilation of broken enemies. Oh, I also really like that one. Sacrificing cowards is always fun.
So I'm sorry, I do see a comment I need to respond to. Rush is talking about his resub. He suggested personalized to each warrior like Bretonia. Each warrior has his own personal heraldry, is what I think he's saying.
Oh, yeah.
In the Legion. Okay.
Maybe,
that could be pretty
yeah.
fascinating. So for the Legion iconography, this is personalized to each warrior like a Bretonnian knight.
Or like a Viking, because none of us look alike. All of us are super colorful, and it's really fun to watch.
Or like right shoulder. Well, I mean, the Legion, that's where the Legion emblem has a particular shoulder it goes on. So there's that.
Yeah.
But we need the council must decide about our Legion specialty. Quick question. If this Legion had survived,
Yeah.
if it hadn't been wiped out, would they be loyal or traitor?
Okay, so hear me out on this. 75% of this Legion would be traitors.
Why?
75%. Because it turns out the things that they were talking to and sacrificing things to were the Chaos Gods. It's really cliche, I know, and it's super easy to write it in that direction, and it's not surprising in any way, shape, or form. But the 25% would be the most loyal chapter of Space Marines that absolutely tried to come at any chance to kill heretics. I could see them almost like, not like Black Templar, but almost like they're almost driven by spite at that point.
Godzilla Rex says they would split. And
Yeah.
Lishwakir says it's also Zeech because birds.
Birds. Yeah, makes sense.
It's their naivete that gets them, says Rush. And Lycor Gaming says, I can see them join the Thousand Sons. I mean, I feel like they're more word bearers personally, but
yeah, I feel word bearers.
Wesleus asks, could it be that they killed their own chapter? Maybe that's why the Emperor doesn't want people to remember.
Oh
they could have suicided.
Yeah, I really like that.
Wow.
So when it came down to it, when given the choice to completely be corrupted, they chose destruction. It's like when Mortarion was too weak to kill himself for his legion. This guy actually did it.
Make part of their pantheon the Chaos Gods and to suck eyes. Those that follow those gods turn traitor. I'm with Alexis. Okay, interesting. I do love the idea that it was a mass suicide event. That because usually we talk about how they got wiped out by something or someone, but no one ever suggests that it was the Legion going, you know what, we're done. En masse.
Like, I love the idea that they fought themselves and maybe like the last remaining loyal son like blew up their like a warp drive on their ship and caused catastrophic irreplaceable damage, which ultimately killed the whole chapter. Or in this case, Legion.
So part of this Legion pantheon was the Chaos Gods in disguise. This is literally what happened on Colchis, by the way.
Yeah.
And those that followed those gods, which in this case, the case of the word bearers was Erebus and Corferin, they did turn traitor. So this is very much a thing. I agree with that. That's interesting. Let's look at what the council decided, though, about the Legion's specialty.
Man,
the
I
Legion
feel bad for
specialty.
these guys.
Oh, 52% just said decapitation strike.
Yeah, that makes
clear
sense.
winner. That is the signature specialty. Primarch ritually sacrificed himself to kill his traitors. Damn, we're going dark, but I love it.
It's kind of like the Thousand Sons committing that great ritual to try to save themselves.
Right.
He did it strictly to wipe them all out.
Man, this is no wonder the Emperor doesn't want anybody finding this out. Holy moly. We are creating some wild-ass lore. This is
We
great.
can't let them know they could kill themselves. They'll kill themselves.
That is absolutely insane. I love it.
I love that our crowd comes up with like, haha, happy, cheerful thing. Dark as fuck.
Let's go.
Happy,
Right.
thing.
Right. Like our Rogue Traders retinue is goofy as hell. right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's got a rock, a pet rock, as part of the retinue of the Rogue Trader, if you remember. So yeah, we went goofy with the Rogue Trader, and then when we got the York freebooter, we went super dark. And now we're doing this with the Legion. It's like, oh, they're like this and that, they're scholars, and oh no, they killed themselves, all of them. The ritual sacrifice. All right,
Oh
our
my
next.
God, it was a great debate between him and the Emperor that led to that decision.
Okay, I love that. Who came up with that?
I did just now.
Oh wow. All right.
Oh, and the Emperor felt like it was a betrayal. That's why he sanctioned the whole thing. Oh, that's gods. I love this.
Dang, y'all. We're going some weird places here. All right. Our next question is about the attitude towards psychers in the Legion. How does the Primarch treat psychers? Could you read off the options for me?
Attitudes towards psychers. Well, they're dudes with attitude. Uh,
Awesome.
I'm so glad you got that. All right, so we got highly regulated. Librarians are bound by oaths.
Severe oaths.
Yeah. Fully integrated and valued as key battlefield assets. I actually really like that one. Deeply distrusted. Ooh. I don't know how I feel about that one, but I could see it. And encouraged to explore the unconventional disciplines under the Primarch's direct oversight. I like that one because I could imagine the Primarch is just sitting there the whole time like this, like,
Well, that's
Sinji, getting
also
the robot.
that's Magnus.
Yeah.
For sure that one. Hey, we've got a super chat from Spitfire 703. Good to see you, Spitfire. The Emperor says, "Okay, we set Lorgar straight. Now let's go talk to the Aztec themed Legion." Oh, hey, where'd they all go? Oh no! That is awesome, Spitfire. Good job. Love it. Yeah, the lore seekers today have been killing it. Absolutely killing
Yeah.
it. This is definitely one of the best Let's builds we've had, which is really great. I'm loving it.
Oh my God.
It's really cool.
So
No,
okay, what would they call their psychers? Because they would be like priests. Because they're like the Aztec thing. They're these star readers or something like that. It has to be
it
something
would
like
be
that.
something astrological, very likely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sky Seers or Sky Watchers, Skywalkers, even. I know that's really
Day
lame, but
Watchers.
just saying. Diviners.
I do like Diviners.
Yeah, Rush gave me that one. Occult Diviners.
Oh, I like that a lot. But regardless, we're talking about how they feel towards. I could see
Star Priests. Even just Star Priest would work.
Yeah, a Lizardman Star Priest.
Is that a Lizardman thing? Son of a bitch.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Yeah, it is.
All right. Wow. Bummer. I don't want to take this too so techie, so there's that, but yeah, interesting. Zealots, says like her gaming.
What if we called them Slan? Yeah, let's go with that.
All right. Council of Lore Seekers. Get your votes in. I'm going to close this poll in 30 seconds. Scryers would be interesting. Oh, we got a super chat from Dynaman. Idea based on split or self-destruction. They worship 5 gods. One is the Emperor. The Emperor shows up and says, "Stop all this religious stuff." Some say they need to follow him, mostly the ones from Terra. Some say he's a false version of their god, mostly the ones from their homeworld. The Primarch is on the fence. Eventually, as Legion Civil War happens. Also, Maya oracles were called Shallan.
Well, now we got their name.
Shallan, or maybe let's look. We got one from Joe Numbers here. Mixed chaplains and librarians that call them Starseers. I mean, the White Scars called theirs Storm Seers, so this is perfectly valid.
Yeah.
Star Scryers also works.
I do like Star
Scryers. Shallan works too. Okay, Shallan I think is probably where we'll go, but let's end the poll and see what the chat has to say. The council has decided that the Psychers are fully integrated and valued into the Legion.
See, I I could see all of these options being something that the Primarch had to do personally. Like at first he was like, strict rules. Sorry. I'm not going to sneeze twice.
You're just willing yourself not to do
I
it.
am willing it. This is sheer willpower. I am not going to do it twice.
All right, we got 3 questions left. This would be a good time to stop and get some names. I think we need a name for this Primarch, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
We need a name for the Primarch. Okay, chat. The Council of Lore Seekers. Give us some names. Give us some name ideas in the chat. We will start looking at them, start deciding, and then maybe we will vote on our favorite, or maybe we'll just pick one. So let's see what you got here. Roll a will save, says LaTroy Gears. Billy, Sotek. No.
I'm just gonna say this right now. For a $50 donation and to annoy Ross, mostly to annoy Ross, you can name him Sotek.
Or Kremlo.
Or Kremlo.
No, don't do it. Don't. That's insane. Give us some 40K names. Let's see what we got here.
What's more 40K than something from outside the universe?
Kotak is nice, actually. I kind of like that.
Yeah. A Kodokan and Sotek. Yeah, I like that a lot, actually.
Kotak is a good start. Kermit. No. Primarch game rush.
For a second, he almost got you.
Yeah. Kremeltech. That's actually not terrible. I know that's actually a meme, but I'm going to go with that one as an option. That's pretty good. Oh, we got a super chat. Drusina question. Welcome, sir. Chillslon. No. God, no. Chillslon.
Again, just saying.
I'm sorry. Not for $2. I'm sorry. No, I'm not doing it. Kremlitech. We already got that one. Moctezuma.
Moctezuma could be cool.
I like that one a lot. He does have a revenge too, right? Moctezuma's revenge.
I think
Kukuluk.
What is it? One of our go-to joke names here in Iceland is Jon Jonsson, son of Jon.
Codalus Clade. Ooh, that's even got a last name on it. I like that. Not often that we get a last name on our guys here. Raging Bull and Cortez. No, we're not doing Cortez. All right,
Cortez
I think
would be funny though.
Let me take this and we'll throw these up onto the. Actually, okay. It's Coatl. That's really good too. Why don't you pick the top 4 of those and I'll put them into a poll?
Okay. So, that last one is really good though. I think it has to be the last 4.
No Kotak?
No Kotak.
All right. So it's Coatl. Codalus Crelade.
Yep.
Kukuluk. And
we could have had him. We could have had Don Quixote.
Moctezuma. All right, we're putting up the poll. There it is. You got it. We're gonna name this guy something. Let's see what the council decides. In this case, in the terms of the lore, I assume it's probably the world's priesthood that's deciding this. You know, they're all like, well, this child is obviously special. He needs a special name. We will, in honor of the gods of our world, we will name him thus, and it will be.
This is the first debate that he remembers.
For Sebastian Muller, Kukulkan, I will accept Kukuluk as Kukulkan if we want to go that way. That's fine.
Yeah, see, we could have had this.
Don Quixote de la Moctezuma. Chat rig the vote. Man of La Mancha.
My buddy is currently playing Don Quixote in Warhammer Fantasy.
That means the Zote would be Sancho Panza.
Yep.
The Zote would be his faithful companion. 40K could have a Quixoticus. I mean, you could do that. I'll accept for if you want Codalus Clade, I could make that Quixoticus Clade. Because that would be pretty cool.
I was really expecting somebody to jump on the whole naming him Sotek.
Yeah, Zoatza Pencho. Yeah. Zotza Poncho. I think if it's, well, it depends on what you guys come up with. 30 seconds, council. You get to decide, but put your votes in now. This has been a wild episode. I'm actually really enthused about this.
I still can't believe we made a Primarch, and the end of this Primarch isn't turning to chaos, isn't joining the Imperium. It's killing his entire legion and himself.
That's wild. I did not expect that. This is one of the great things about these Let's Build episodes is that the lore seekers come up with the most amazing stuff. They really, really do. This is a good time for you to mention, if you have enjoyed this deep dive into the grim darkness of the far future, do us a favor, hit the like button, the subscribe button, help the algorithm spread our heresy to more unsuspecting minds. We really appreciate it.
We do.
All right, let's do it. Do we have a mod in chat? If not, I will throw a link to Discord.
I'm not sure if we do right now.
That's fine. I put one into the chat. So if you want to join our Discord, it is now in the chat. The link is there. Okay,
Yeah.
Cool. Here we go. Ending the poll. It's Squaddle is the winner at 35%. His forward operating bases are windmill shaped, says Rush.
Oh my God, yes. But it's not a windmill, it's a solar generator.
Right, but it looks like a windmill.
Yeah, because it has the four plates.
All right, so we will go all the way to the top. It's Squaddle is the Primarch's name. What is the name of the homeworlds? We have, these are the current options. Cheer 5. So Dynaman says, although the Inca are not Mesoamerican, they're Andean. A legit Inca name is Tupac. Yeah, the rapper is named after an Inca who rebelled against the Spanish because his mother was a Black Panther and wanted her son named after someone who resisted colonial oppression.
Yep.
That's an interesting fact. I did not know that. Thank you. Is Biggie also Indian? I'm guessing not, though. All right, so these are the names that we have for the world type. The world, I should say. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We need pick one that you don't like from that list. Actually, there's 6. Is it there?
Wait a second. There's 6.
Yeah, perfect. It's Small, Calicmole. So pick 2 that you don't like.
Absolutely fair. Here's a D6.
All right.
So the first one eliminated is number 6, and the second one eliminated is number 3.
Okay. So that would be 6 and 3. So it's Uxmal. It is Calicmole.
See, I made that as fair as possible. I even used a Pokemon.
T-Call is out. Xibalba is in. Still my favorite. And we got rid of Mictlan, so Tlalocon is the other one. All right, so what is the name of the homeworld? Council, give us the name of our homeworlds. Joe Numbers, he gathers his priests, his seers, and his generals. They do a max sacrifice and it destroys the legion, saving his loyal sons and setting his traitors into a bleeding frenzy, destroying themselves. Nice. I think in my head it was something that Primarch thought he could do without destroying the entire legion, but too late he realized at the end that there was no way to avoid everyone dying, so you just kind of leaned into it.
I feel kind of bad for him. Like,
I do too. The loyalists die peacefully while the others bleed from their eyes and ears, killing each other. Wow, that's some Event Horizon shit right there, my friend.
God, that movie is so good.
You mean it?
There we go.
You mean Event Horizon? Okay.
Yeah.
Because the other one is the Road to El Dorado, which is where Xibalba comes from.
And that's also an amazing movie.
It's got a great horse.
It does. And 2 bisexual icons. Happy Pride Month, everyone.
Happy Pride Month, indeed. That's right.
I always watch my favorite LGBT movies at this point in time. You know, The Mummy, Road to El Dorado.
The Mummy. Interesting.
You've never heard that.
I've seen The Mummy many times. The Brendan Fraser one, I'm assuming.
Yes.
All right, and I'm presuming it's Benny and Rick O'Connell are the.
It's
characters?
everyone.
It's everyone.
Every single person in that show is a gay awakening for somebody.
Interesting. Okay.
People in the LGBTQ plus will understand this.
Well, listen. I'm in LGBTQ plus. I'm ace.
Yep. Well, now
and I don't get it, but I probably don't get it because I'm ace. So
perfect.
I'm the guy there. I don't get it. Yeah, for all the ones who are curious, I'm asexual or ace.
Oh man.
And
all
Alexis, right. You don't have to say if you don't want to, but
oh, I'm bisexual.
Okay, fair enough. So we got ace and a bi are your two hosts, just in case you didn't know.
Yeah.
All right.
Which
so
is, B and A, so blood angels. Just saying.
And we're going to close that poll. The answer is Zibulba. Nice. Good choice, chat. I think that's the best name for the world. Zibulba. Damn. There we go. So we've named Zibulba, the world. We've named the Primarch, which is Itzcoatl. And we need, Dynaman says, to quote the Road to El Dorado, to Zibulba, the one kid's movie with a likely BJ. That's right. I think there is a scene where it's like,
Yeah.
So we've done Zibulba. What do we need? We need to name the Legion, don't we?
Yes.
The only current option we have is the Feathered Serpents. Do we want to brainstorm some of their ideas?
I mean, you could be lame and be like,
Joe Number says Alexis is bi, but she still shows up on camera. We're supposed to be invisible, dang it.
No, it's Pride Month. We have to escort the straight people around.
That's right. What are some names for the Legion other than Feathered Serpents? Anybody want to come up with any?
I mean, we could call them the Panther Warriors or the Eagle Warriors.
Eagle Warriors. So Eagle Warriors and Feathered Serpents. Okay, let's put those down right now. Eagle Warriors, Feathered Serpents.
We could just flat out call them the Incas.
No. Spatium Lacerti, Space Lizards. No, I don't think so.
The Golden Panthers.
Golden Panthers.
The Death Tapirs.
Death Tapirs. Death Jaguars. Now we're talking. Death Jaguars is pretty good, actually. Death Jaguars. All right. And Sons of Kremlo. No. Smoking Jaguars. No. Good nickname from the Primarchs that don't like him. Oh, what is this? Xibalba, the Mayan underworld, is a great name for the home planet of one of the only dead Primarchs. I agree.
I think that has to be the name.
The Anacondas. No.
They don't want none unless you have buns, son.
The Red Caimans? That's not terrible. Oh, and the Scream Takers. Ooh.
The Predators. Oh.
The Predators. Hidden Jaguars. We just need one more. We've got 3 good ones. Blades of the Sun. Now we're talking. All right.
Yeah, I like that a lot.
All right. Blades of the Sun. I will be adding this to a poll. Blades of the Sun.
Blades of the Sun.
Z Sun.
I like this. I like this a lot. Out of those, I kind of want the Feathered Serpents. I'm not gonna lie. I think that's really good.
I mean, it is. It's actually very good. Yeah. All of these are pretty good.
Dawnbringers can also be really cool. Although I think Dawnbringer is a flagship, isn't it?
I think you might be right.
I can't remember what chapter it is, but I'm pretty sure one of them has the Dawnbringer. Oh, now I got to look that up real quick. Hang on.
Yep, you go ahead and do that. I have started the poll. Council, you get to decide on the name of the Legion, and we will see what we come up with. Blades of the Sun is pretty good. I'm a big fan of that. Sons of Sotek.
I'm dumb. It's the Hammer of Vulcan.
Right, Dawnbringer.
Yeah.
The Dornbringer. Womp womp. Very good, very good.
I actually forgot that he wields the one and only Warhammer.
Well, it is. I mean, that's essentially the Warhammer 40k kind of sort of, because there aren't really any real big named hammers in the setting, unlike Almaraz. All right, lore seekers, you have 30 seconds. The council has 30 seconds to vote. We do have 3 questions we're going to cover relatively quickly because we're getting close to the end of our show for today. So I want to get past that. All right, here we go, gentlemen. Zabalban Specters. Wow, that's not too bad. Special weapon could be called the Heart Taker. That's actually really good. I like that too. Heart Taker is his ritual dagger. Ooh, that's very good, y'all.
I do like that actually.
Heart Taker. Okay, yeah. Give me a name for the 2-handed weapon, but the Heart Taker is his ritual knife. All right, that is now written in.
The 30 to 40k hammers.
43% of y'all said Blades of the Sun is the name of the Legion.
Ooh, nice. All right, I'm not even mad about that. That's a really good name.
I agree. That's a good one. Name of the Legion is the Blades of the Sun.
I mean,
and where is that? I put that near the top, didn't I? There we go. Blades of the Sun. All right, Kali Ma. Yes.
So okay,
yes,
if you want to go Hawaiian, you could have them start chanting Kamehame.
No.
They could. That is Hawaiian.
It's true. But could you do me a favor, read off the question 18? What is the Primarch's most famous or infamous campaign?
The silent compliance of enormous sectors with minimal bloodshed through diplomacy and espionage. I like that. I imagine that they actually use the Zote as a ambassador for that one. The annihilation of a powerful Xenos empire after a brutal multi-theater war. God, my brain was having hard trouble with that one. The salvation of failing Imperial crusades on the brink of collapse. The salvation.
Yeah, it's a crusade. It would be a crusade fleet in the
Crusade. One that's like crippled and everything, and they come to rescue it. All right, I like that. The crushing of a human rebellion that had already bested multiple other legions. So this, I imagine, is actually so there's a Blood Angel book where the governor of the planet has a bunch of cyber like monstrosities. That's the best way to put it. They were human at one point, but now they're so cybernetic that multiple Blood Angels died by their hands. So I imagine that this threat to the 2 other legions were so cybernetically enhanced and barely human that they posed such a big threat, and our dudes came in and destroyed them.
Gideon Gleeful says the big weapon could be the Bloody Dawn or his flagship, and I like the idea that this is his Gloriana class battleship is the Bloody Dawn.
Yeah, I like that too.
That's very good. Sotek's Judgment for the 2-handed weapon.
Honestly, that one kind of works though.
Yeah, I think we can go with that. Sotek's Judgment. We're gonna Loremaster's gonna love this.
Yep. Remember, guys, you have to go and mess with the fantasy people about these things.
Why not actually call that Loremaster's Judgment rather than you know, that actually I think works a little bit better. Because Sotek's a little on the nose, whereas Loremaster is a little like just a little bit pulled back. And I like that a little bit. I like it's teasing. I enjoy that. All right, Council, get your votes in. We're going to close that out really short.
I'm not saying no to this.
More twin-linked Nova cannons, please, like the Rogue Trader. He did have a twin-linked Nova cannon. That was crazy. Hand of Xibalba is a good one as well. I agree. The Loremaster's Judgment. Yeah, that's where I like that one as well. All right, let's see what the Council has decided. Greatest famous or most infamous battle for the Primarch is the salvation of an Imperial Crusade.
I like that. Coming to the rescue of a wayward fleet. Oh, I also really like this. Joe Number says Lore Masters is the Primarch's title when translated to Gothic.
Yeah, I agree. There's only one more question because we already know the fate of the Primarch. Let's just write it out. Fate of the Primarch. Ritual suicide. Ritual suicide when faced with treachery from within after a debate with the Emperor. We know that's the fate.
Mm-hmm.
But we don't know is the legacy of the Primarch. What is left behind? What rumors about their shadowy legacy of the Blades of the Sun remains?
Ooh, okay.
And there's 4 options here, so I want you to read them out for me while I put them into the chat.
Their gene line survives in hidden chapters or black projects. I imagine that a lot of them went into the Shattered Legions, and maybe just scrubbed their armor of their original colors and everything so that they could slip through and survive. Their legion still fights in some forgotten region of the galaxy. That is, I could hear that as a rumor. Like everyone believes that they still exist, but they don't. Kind of like an echo of the past, and that's what they're hearing. It's like old messages from an astropath from their battles, and it's only just getting to people now, and they're hearing of their epics, but they're all already gone. The Primarch has become a warp entity, not necessarily chaos aligned. Ooh, I like this too. Then we have number 4, Forbidden Archives on Terra hold the full truth, and reading them is a death sentence. Oh, prior to the Terminus Decree becoming what it is, I could see the names being written in the Terminus Decree.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But now the Terminus Decree is weird and lame.
Oh, did they describe it?
Yeah, it's if the Emperor moves, the Grey Knights go and put him back on the throne.
Really?
That's it.
Lame. Where's that written?
I honestly, I kind of forget. I think it was in their most recent lore blurb. Or it wasn't in a codex. I don't think they got a codex. Did they get a codex? Was it in their codex?
Whose codex?
Grey
Grey Knights? They haven't had one in 10th or 11th. I mean,
did they have one in 10th?
They might have had one in 10th. They definitely don't have one in 11th yet.
No, not yet. They did. So it was probably, I think it was in the codex.
All right. Council of Lore Seekers, get your votes in. I'm going to be closing this down very shortly. And then we're going to do our wrap up because this is one hell of a stream. I'm a big fan of this one. I've really, really enjoyed it so far. Like if he blinks, what if the Emperor blinks? Do they put it back on the throne?
No, I've always wondered if it meant his psychic essence has to stay on the throne. Because as we know, the Emperor can walk around so long as he maintains that connection.
Yeah, well, he could in the past. Whether that's true or not now is less known.
I mean, there was that one comic that I absolutely love, and it's the Corpse Emperor just standing there, and all the custodians and everybody just being terrified, and he's like, "What? Aren't you glad to see your god walking amongst you?" And it's just a rotted corpse in gold armor, and it's so sick, and I love it. It's drawn in a very cartoony fashion, but it's still really sick, and I love it.
So the Lore Seeker, the council has decided that his legacy is that the Primarch has become a warp being. He exists somewhere in the Immaterium.
Oh my god, he's a living saint.
Or a greater demon of the Emperor.
Oh my god, don't start me on that. I'll fight you.
Listen, there's a Venn diagram, and that diagram overlaps between greater demon of the Emperor and living saint.
Oh man, but if a Primarch became a living saint, Well, actually, one of them became a Legion of the Damned. Well,
Maybe,
in
possibly.
quotes,
It's certainly
grain of
implied.
salt.
Yes, it's implied that Ferris Manus may be the leader of the Legion of the Damned. It's implied. It's implied. We don't know. And if the Legion of the Damned is just a really weird, freaky thing that definitely goes against the idea that there are no ghosts in 40k, because those dudes seem to be like ghosts. It's
Yeah.
weird. But there's also, they might be psychic projections. We're not sure. There's a lot of different answers. We're going to have to cover
God.
the Legion of the Damned. I'm going to go add them to the list right now, as a matter of fact.
Honestly, a winged serpent in the warp like Fulgrim. I can imagine his model being a mirror image of Fulgrim's model, like his Forge World miniature, but instead he has the feathered wings and he's actually like not corrupted.
Oh yeah, that'd be pretty cool. That'd be rad, actually.
That would go so fucking hard. Like that would be so hard.
All right, well we're at the end.
We did it. Good job.
So what if the Blades of the Sun survived? What if they survived into 40k? First of all, how would they have handled the Horse Heresy? What side would they have been on?
Oh, okay. All right. So I want to say that the Primarch would be loyal, but his Legion wouldn't.
Okay.
I think that he would have too much trouble at home to really do much in the actual battles themselves, aside from protecting his own space. I think when Lion comes around after the heresy to destroy all the traitors' planets, he would meet with Lion and explain what happened. Now, whether or not Lion would be like, oh yeah, that's cool, bro, or try to kill him is a 50-50.
Ice Veins has a super chat. Says, what if the remaining Legion ended up becoming the Burning Legion? Like the Legion of the Damned.
The Legion of the Damned.
Yeah, that's a really interesting idea.
Oh
So
my god, that's what the
heresy
ritual
era.
was.
A heresy era Legion of the Damned would be pretty wild.
I mean, that would explain why they disappeared and why all records are lost of them as well.
That's pretty great, Ice Veins. Nice thinking there. I like that one. That's slick. That is slick. So we've done a lot of Let's Builds, and we've talked about some of them on this particular episode. We talked about the one we did for the Face Leia, which was our Orc freebooter. We talked about the Rogue Trader, the Bearer of the Crown, Keeper of the Crown, I think. And we've talked about we haven't talked about some of the other ones we did, though, which we did Let's Build the Gorgon's Talons Space Marine chapter, or the Cackling Death Chaos Warband. We've done both of those as well. So we've done a lot of good Let's Builds on this channel, but this one is special. This is a pretty darn good one. And I absolutely adore the fate of the Primarch with the ritual suicide, because that is something no one has ever even considered as a possibility for one of these Lost Legions.
It reminds me of that speech that Johnny gives you if you befriend him a lot and then you choose to end your life halfway through Cyberpunk. And he's like, I don't blame you. And it reminds me of that scene, but that's the Emperor standing there like, I get it. It sucks.
Wake up, Primarch. We have a galaxy to burn.
Yeah.
Joe Number says, a new chapter founded on Xibalba and inherits the Legion's history, legacy, mysteries, and relics. New Blood Ravens and another build a chapter stream. I'm down. I would not mind building a chapter based on this Legion. That would be pretty.
Honestly, the Blood Ravens as their successor, I'm not saying that that's incorrect. That would be kind of cool.
Okay, what do you think of this one? Literal Cure says, how about a Let's Build tier list sooner?
Okay, all right. As a joke, on like April 1st, we should do that.
That would be a good April 1st one. But I'm going to add these options to the list, because those are very, very good. So let's build a Legion successor.
Yeah, I like that one.
and we need a tier list of Let's Builds for April Fools.
That's actually really funny.
They're both in there. Ladies and gentlemen, you guys, the Lore Seeker community has greatly influenced how this show has developed over time, and I really like that. It's not just me and Alexis doing this stuff. It's you guys are helping us out and building some really wild stuff. Chapter names Fifth Sons. Another Blood Ravens type chapter. Yeah, I assume that's what you meant. I did assume that's what you meant. Says Joe Numbers. Rush says he dies, go to black, wake up Primarch, we have a warp to cleanse. And he opens his eyes, it's the Emperor just as planned. Nice. Yeah, Cyberpunk 2077 is also a game I truly enjoy, and I might stream it someday soon. It's pretty great. The music. Ooh, the music. So good.
Yep. And how quickly you could travel, all the cybernetics, everything.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I love it.
It's rad. It's rad. There's some guys, I watched some guys play it on YouTube. One dude called Blur, I think. And just watching these guys treat that game like it's a stealth sim where they just kill like the one target and get out and nobody ever knows that they're there is amazing. I would like to play it on stream eventually. But that music, there's a song called God, what is that song called? It's
Get Away.
Oh, no, that's a different song. That one engenders a totally different type of feeling. For I really want to stay at your house is the song she's singing there.
Self-control. Starts with the rainbow.
You know, that song has a much different meaning if you watch the anime. Just wanted you to know.
Oh yeah, it's great.
Huge difference there. It's called Reaction with a K. Reaction with a K is the song I'm thinking of that I just adore. Every time it comes on the radio, I'm just slamming. I'm like, oh yeah, let's go. All right, but this is not about Cyberpunk. We've got 10 minutes left in our show. What are some things we need to cover about this Primarch that we have not already discussed?
What are his Legion colors?
Legion colors, very good. Legion colors. Let's talk about that. What are some good Legion colors?
Like, if it's Aztecs, like we gotta get some nice colors in there.
Yeah, I'm thinking jade green or sea blue. I'm thinking actually jade green is a good place to start.
Yeah, or like a teal. Teal could be nice.
Maybe some vibrant orange as well.
Yeah. There is no orange like main chapter, is there?
Not that I'm aware.
Like Blood Angels are now very, very dark red. They used to be like a vibrant red and almost orange.
That's right. Let's see here. Jade green and pelts. Jade / teal pelts. And gold.
I think the gold is overdone.
Teal with gold and red trim.
Oh, apparently chat disagrees with me.
Could be gold and black for Jaguars. Okay, I mean that is something you could do. You can give the first company a different color scheme.
Yep.
And I think we could do that. I think Jaguars is a good name for the first company, isn't it?
Yeah, first company is Jaguars.
And they're gold and black. Jade green or orange instead of gold.
Yeah, I like the jade and orange.
Second company Eagles, yeah, maybe. So jade green plus vibrant orange, I think, is where we're headed for that.
Yeah.
First company Jaguars, gold and black or orange and black.
Aren't you glad I didn't say banana?
Oh, very funny. Very funny. Jade and blood orange. Oof.
You love me some blood orange.
Let's
Jade
do that.
and orange
All right.
is good.
Jade,
yeah.
Vibrant blood orange. Okay, I think that's pretty striking. If somebody wants to do that up, we did get a guy who made us our special chapter image for the Gorgon's Talons. I don't know if that guy's watching anymore because I would love to see more of his work. He was really, really talented. But if somebody wants to mock up a symbol for these guys, we would be happy to feature that on the Discord and in future Let's Builds. Can't be blood orange. Blood Angels have blood copywritten.
They do. Yeah. They wrote it into a ton of their spells.
It's true. Well, just like Just like the Space Wolves have wolf in everything. It's just
Yep.
it's a fact of the thing.
Jaws of the World Wolf.
Well,
God,
I
I
want to
hate it.
say this is a great introduction to the second season of Lorebeards 40K.
Yep. I also want to tell everyone Happy Pride Month because it's Pride Month. It's also Mental Health Awareness Month. So support men, support LGBT people, support both at the same time.
Support mental health.
Exactly.
Can always be good. But yeah, I think we're starting off on a good first step here for the second season. I'm looking forward to doing a lot of really good stuff this season of Lorebeards 40K.
It's a Let's Build, so they got to make me sad.
Well, I mean, we've had some very unexpected results from the Let's Builds. That's true.
I love it though.
This one makes us sad. The
Oh.
the freebooter made us like freak out a little bit. The Rogue Trader made us laugh. The Gorgon's Talons made us laugh and cry.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
I love this.
Zarquaisha says, "Listen, my LGBTQ support is getting my bi girlfriend all the food she wants. LOL. That's not a bad way to go.
Also,
Not a bad
if
way to
you
go.
ever need a trick to ask your friends or partners, whoever doesn't choose how to eat food, when you're like, "Hey, what do you want?" and they say whatever, just say, "Hey, we're going to your favorite place," and then wait for them to answer it. Or say, "We're going to your second favorite place."
Joe Number says, "How about a Jaguar-shaped dreadnought using tech from the Zote?" I really like that, so I'm actually putting that in as well. That their dreadnoughts use Zote technology and are Jaguar themed.
I like it.
Yeah, that's very, very cool. Wow, that has been one heck of a Primarch. I will go ahead and save this. I need to export, don't I? There you go. Download as a PDF.
Yep.
And we will go ahead and whoops. Didn't mean to remove you. Well, there you go.
I'm over here now. Now I'm over there.
So I've exported it as a PDF. And that means we can then get it into the hands of the lore seekers on Discord if you guys want to check it out later. I'll make sure Hawk has it so he can get it out to you guys. What is this one? This is Why No Kremlotech. Lol. Okay. We got you Face Flaya. We got you Face Flaya in the Orc Freebooter one. I think everyone should take that as like a win. We're willing to do memes on this show. We're willing to be crazy on this show. I think I pushed for I felt like we were building something really special. It's kind of what I feel like we're building something really, really special is when I push a little bit more to make it a little more serious, just because I feel like there's something really of value there. It's not because I don't like your ideas. It's because I think we're heading somewhere really, really good. And I think we got there.
Yeah. I really, really, really dig this Primarch. I love the idea of having a debate with the Emperor and then the Emperor not even proposing the idea of all of them being destroyed, but like, if you fall, this will happen. If you stay loyal, this will happen. Regardless of what happens to you, your legion will be corrupted. And then he's just like, then I'll end the legion. And the Emperor's just like, no, you can't do that. And he's just like, thank you for your counsel. And then prepares the ritual.
Yeah.
I love the idea of that. Because it's a mirror image of Mortarion in that moment where Mortarion was being a bitch. And like, oh, I need to save my legion, but I'm a poor little baby. He wasn't strong enough, but this guy was. And because he betrayed the Emperor's just like, no, tear it down. I'm like a toddler. Yeah.
I gotta admit, when I started this, I never thought we'd end up here where we are, which is one of the best things about the Let's Build. Is just, it takes us in such surprising directions. I think there's a lot of interesting stuff here. We have built a Lost Primarch that has a very strong reason to be a Lost Primarch. We've built a Lost Primarch who has a very distinct cultural feel that's different and distinct from all the other legions of Primarchs. We built a Primarch who has his particular weapons that are actually pretty rad. Yeah, I don't know. I really like his armor with star charts on it too. That's pretty sweet. with like the
I'm
different
still
astrology.
imagining the
And a cape, and a cape. A
yeah,
cape is part of it.
I'm imagining Kodo Khan as a Primarch with Stolas's cape. Dude is dripped out. I absolutely love it.
Yeah, quickly made them on Dawn of War, posted in the Lorebeards Discord. Okay, let me see if I can go find it.
I couldn't find it. I looked.
Which channel's that in? Is that 40K or is that Homebrews? No, it's not Homebrews.
Yeah, I checked the 40K stuff and I couldn't see it.
Yeah, I don't know where that is, buddy. If you could point that out, that would be great.
Oh yeah, that new God of War game looks
Boy, they're going
absolutely
crazy on the
crazy.
Jakaro, though. You got a lot of reactions from the Jakaro. Love it.
Oh, you dang it! I wasn't supposed to mention them this. Damn it!
So you did
mention them this stream.
How did you do a reaction to that Warhammer video without me? I feel left out.
In all fairness, Victor was bugging me to do it.
No, that's
and then
fair.
I had to do it twice.
I'm joking. You are free to do whatever you want. No judgment from me. I was just joking.
I still do want you to help me with a video where we. This is not a serious video, but we look at Space Marines being portrayed in all of the media, and we discuss whether or not that Space Marine that died on screen actually died.
Yes, that would be a good one. That'd be a fun one. But for now, we have come to the end of our episode. So remember, lore seekers, in the grim darkness of the far future,
there is only lore.
Bye, everybody. Have a good day.
Bye. Love you.